Welcome back to the Lumbridge Lounge. As you can tell, we got a different vibe going on right now. It's actually making me feel and act a certain way. Oh, what? Yeah. How you doing, man?
I don't know if we sound very different than before, but now we have two mics and we're wearing headphones now, so it's weird hearing you and myself.
Yeah, dude, we're like an official podcast now.
It feels
great.
It feels like it. We had to turn off the lights for this episode for you guys that are watching.
We just had to give the vibe that we know what we're doing and like that you're here with us.
Speaking of vibes. I'm lighting a candle. There we go. And we got our drink of the episode, Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Baja Blast.
Oh. Some soda got mine. I was telling Carter before this, it's like, if we drank, this would be the perfect episode to drink in, but we don't drink, so we got our Baja Blast.
Yes, sir. And it'll be gone within 5 minutes, probably. And I would like this episode to be kind of long. Longer than most episodes that we've done, because we've got the time, and I don't know. It feels good to be back, like we said last episode, and we're doing it again. I feel like it's been a week or less. Hey, we're back at it.
Feels like we're consistent.
It feels like we're consistent, because we're
but
always
it's the second time
hoping that we are, but we never are. And it's like a month later, and it's like, sorry guys, we're back. Like I'm sure people that listen, and they've been just like binging our episodes. Every episode, they're probably tired of hearing us be like, sorry, we're back.
We're back.
Sorry, the next episode. Sorry, we're back.
Yeah.
Every episode should just be titled "We're Back."
Every time we do that, I just like think next time we do this, like we just need to jump in the episode and just keep going.
Yeah.
But like then every time I just feel so bad that we haven't recorded, so I feel like we're obligated to say sorry. So.
We had a lot to talk about last episode, but we just didn't have a lot of time, and I think now we'll try to cover a lot of things. I don't know. We just. For those of you who don't know, we don't really like prepare much for these episodes.
I literally, so here's our little script. I can turn it around because you might not be able to see it. I literally wrote this in 5 minutes before we started.
Just like 5 minutes ago.
Like literally.
I was grabbing the drinks. He was writing it down.
He's grabbing the microphones and setting up the camera as I was writing stuff down. That's about it.
So like, I think people, I don't want to boast or anything. And I'm not saying we're like an amazing podcast or anything, but I kind of like the amount of work that we put in this, which is not a lot.
Yeah.
And it still feels like that wasn't like a horrible episode, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like after our episodes, we're pretty satisfied with it. The only thing I'm not always satisfied with is the time. It's always like less than an hour, which is not ideal for podcasts. You guys probably listen to other podcasts, and I can guarantee you they're all longer than
freaking like Joe Rogan's always like 3 hours, and he does like 3 a week. It's like, how the freak do you have 9 hours a week with how busy you are?
Yeah, seriously. I listen to the H3 podcast, and they do like 4 episodes a week. Well, 5, I think. One is an extra one for if you're a member. And they just did one recently that was like a Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef episode, because that's going around.
That's going on.
And it was over 4 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And it averages over 3 hours, so like having it be 4 hours wasn't like a crazy episode, but it was a whole hour longer than usual. And I don't know. Yeah. We talk for 45 minutes, and then it's like, all right,
we gotta be done.
Go.
Yeah.
Because then again, our podcast, we don't have like a theme except for it's RuneScape related.
RuneScape and us.
And we don't have like a main topic that we do every episode, like a discussion. We just kind of talk about what we've been doing and then the updates. And then we claim we're not a news podcast either. So like, I don't even know what we do.
It's just what we do, man.
We're just the Lumbridge Lounge. We're here to lounge,
for the vibes.
Chill. Exactly. Like people even in the in-game clan know that we're not like sweaty PVMers, and our clan is very chill.
Yeah. So if you want to come join.
You see, if you're watching at the bottom right now, it says in-game clan name, Lumbridge Lounge.
Yep, do it. Don't feel too bad about being short episodes, though. There's one podcast that I listen to all the time. If you've ever heard of Bob, you probably haven't, but Bob Does Sports. They're like a golf channel on YouTube, and they do podcasts like every other week. Yeah. And like this last week's was like 35 minutes. It was like, why is there even a reason for me to turn this on?
Well,
like,
how often do they make episodes?
Like every 2 weeks. Like
It's
not even that often.
I was going to say, if it's like daily, then 30 minutes is solid.
Yeah, and they only put out like two episodes of like content a week too.
Yeah.
But still, that's like 5 videos, 104 videos.
And for us, we dabbled with Patreon a little bit, and it's nice to not really feel obligated to make episodes every week. But at the same time, like we want to make them more often. And
I mean,
I don't know.
Like if this went somewhere like crazy, like maybe later on. But right now, this is still just a hobby.
Yeah,
like
it's just a hobby. And
about it.
I don't know what we would like give. It's not like we would do an extra episode for patrons.
We would do an extra episode, and the whole time our shirts are off.
Oh, let's just make an OnlyFans.
Oh, deal.
Where we just do the same episode and we just copy the dialogue and just do it naked.
Just sit here with our shirts off.
But you won't tell because we're still sitting here in the desk. You wouldn't be able to know if we were naked or not.
Yeah.
That's up to your imagination.
My chocolate starfish is going to stay hidden. Just going to say.
Is this an After Dark episode?
I guess. I don't know. Whatever that means.
It is dark in here.
It is dark.
Well, enough rambling, I guess, unless you have anything else to ramble on. But
I'm just going to say that, like, I feel really intimate having, like, a microphone right in front of my face.
I feel like you're whispering in my ear.
Really? Do I feel like I'm whispering?
Like whisper right now?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Don't do that. This is not an ASMR channel.
Why not?
Just start that's another thing we could do for patrons. We could do ASMR while you're playing RuneScape.
just start. How do you like that?
Does that see the audio bar like trickling?
Does that make you feel something?
You got to get the ones that have like the ears on it. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
And they like are like licking and like kissing the ears.
And you can hear it in one headphone.
It's so weird.
Oh, I hate this.
And there's like you know that the viewer count's like super high, and you just imagine all these people are just like sitting in their desk, just like.
My streamer girl is licking my ear. Oh,
I better donate $50. Again.
I got another one. How'd you guys like that? Okay, enough of this.
I'm sure they've heard all this before. It's just now we hear it.
I guess that's true.
Nothing's changed except now there's two mics. Well, then again, we had the mic in the middle, and it was further. But now it's way closer to both of our mouths, so it's got to sound different. We did a little bit of checking before, and I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Like we said, not very prepared. The little bit of checking was literally like 5 minutes too. So,
well, 5 minutes of preparing the setup, and then like a 5-second recording of us saying, like, testing 1 2 3, and then we would listen to it and be like, sounds good, let's start.
Sounds good, let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. And I don't know. I was thinking this would be kind of fun doing something like this live and having like the chat on my other monitor.
For sure.
Which would be cool because then we could like actually respond to people in the chat.
Maybe like we should do that. Like, let me know what you guys think too in the Discord and stuff. Maybe we should plan like just once a month and set a date at the beginning of the month and just be like, okay, that's the day we're gonna do the podcast. We're gonna do a live stream, and if you guys want to come sit in the live stream, like come.
It would have to be like a specific day every month so that people know it's gonna happen that night.
Yeah, or like at the beginning of the month, we just check our schedules, like me and your schedules, and then be like, oh, that'd be the perfect day, kind of thing, and then announce it like 2 or 3 weeks.
That'd be cool. Like one live podcast a month. Yeah. We got ideas. We just got to execute them.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
So if you like that idea, be sure to say something in the Discord or in the comments or something. If
Keep yelling at us.
That you would like, because that would definitely encourage us to do it. Otherwise, we probably just forget about it.
Yeah.
It's true, to be honest.
It happens all the time.
It's true. Okay.
Can we talk about your real life really quick before we get into RuneScape?
Yes.
I want to talk about the birds.
The birds. Oh, yeah.
Because bird is the word.
It's been fun. I don't know. It's kind of spontaneous, but it's kind of not at the same time. So I got chickens. Chicks, to be specific. I got 6 baby chicks. They're in the garage right now, right in front of me, in a little thing that I bought. And it's called like a brooder. I'm learning a lot of stuff with this.
Nice.
They're brooding, I think. That's what it's called. They're being prepared. They're being raised right now in a safe environment with the heat lamp and some pine shavings and some food and water. And in the meantime, I'm actually building a chicken coop myself. I bought this plan for like $10 on... It wasn't Etsy. It was like some guy's link on YouTube. He had like a video showing his chicken coop, and then he's like, hey, if you guys want to build this, I got a plan in the description. And I looked at it, and you pay $10 for it. And I was like, just spontaneously like, boom, bye.
Let's do it.
just to look at it, because it looked really cool. I really liked his video. And if you guys are interested, I can show you guys the plan, like the picture of what the coop will look like.
Did you put one of the progress pictures in the?
I just did. I think yesterday I sent like 4 pictures in the real life pics channel. I showed the progress right now, and so I went to Lowe's. I gave them, like, I screenshotted the material list on that plan, and I was like, "Can you give me a quote for how much this would cost? Like all the lumber, and then like I just bought all the little smaller things on Amazon, like the handles and the hinges and crap." But the lumber itself was like over $1,000.
Oh gosh.
But it's way better than one that you would buy at stores like that. Like we have this place called North 40. It's just like a bunch of farming equipment, and you could buy a chicken coop that's way smaller. It's like the size of this desk, and it's not even that tall. It's like maybe up to our head height, and it's like $1,400 for that.
Really?
And I'm like, this is like a doghouse, and I'm gonna spend $1,400 on something like this. I'd rather just build one that's gigantic, because the one I have is like 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then it goes 15 degrees down to like 7 or 6 feet tall or something. But it's huge. And then it's going to have a run that's like, I don't know, 10 feet or something, so that the chickens can still, you need a run for a coop so that they can run around. But it's going to be way better than if I were to just buy one online. Because then another thing is, if you want something that big, it's like $5,000 to buy a huge chicken coop like that. And so at the same time, I also wanted to learn a lot of things with carpentry, because our grandpa actually just passed away this year, and he was a really good carpenter. He knew so many things, and it was kind of cool to like use his tools. And like I went to his shop, and he has all these tools that I needed to build it, and it was just cool, like going through the process of each step of building this coop, and just like thinking about him and all the stuff that he did, all the things he built. And I feel like I want to learn even just a little sliver of what he knew.
For sure.
And building stuff like that, because he could build something like that within a day.
You probably put it up in a day.
In a day. And even way better than what I could ever do. And just to kind of like respect his memories, I would love to be half as good as him by the end of my life,
Yeah, maybe even a quarter.
Even a quarter.
That's how good he was.
He was really good. And so that's another big thing of why I wanted chickens, because I just wanted a project that was bigger than like just building a little shelf or something.
Yeah.
So it's been really fun. And I'll send more progress updates on the Discord, because it's looking really good. And I'm honestly pretty proud of myself for it. Even though I'm following like a plan, it's like
you always have
building Legos. Yeah. It's like, okay, cut this 2x4, 63 inches, and then cut it at a table saw 15 degrees so it fits right in here. And it's just so satisfying to like stick it into that spot, and it just fits like a glove, and then you just screw it in, and it's just like,
I did that.
I'm actually building this thing. This is sick. This is awesome. So I've been having a lot of fun with that, and it's probably going to be like a month from now until the chickens are old enough to go in it, but it gives me a lot of time to get it all ready. Plus, I'm going to be really busy within like a month from now.
For sure.
So it'll be nice to just get that done. And yeah.
Well, and then it'll be nice to have like a reason to like go outside and go do something like once a week or twice a week.
Yep. Get some homegrown eggs. My son will love gathering them, because I'll probably put like a stool there. Because on the side of the coop, there's like a nesting box where they go in these little slots inside the coop, and then from the outside you can open this door and just grab the eggs from there. And if I put a stool there, I'm sure Dustin could just grab them.
For sure, yeah.
So that'd be cool. And then it's actually designed to where it's really easy to clean. Like the place where they usually poop, it's like at an angle, and then the edge of the board doesn't have a rail, so you can just like scrape all the poop into a bucket without having to like crawl into the coop and stuff. And he mentioned about like this powder stuff that you put on that dries up the poop. I don't know. I'm learning a lot. So that way the poop doesn't like, it's not all runny and makes a mess. So I don't know. I'm sure you guys have chickens that are listening, and I literally had no knowledge with chickens at first, and I'm learning a lot with the carpentry and building, and learning a lot with chickens as well. And I'm just trying to keep it really low maintenance, because I don't want to
have to
deal
go out
with
there
them every
day.
single day. I'm even building a gutter, so that when it rains, it'll get caught in the gutter and go into a barrel, and then I'm going to have a PVC that goes into the coop where they can drink from the cups that come out. So I won't have to like
water them
every day. And then if they need water, I'm just going to fill up that barrel with the hose. So I won't ever have to like worry about water. And it has a filter, so it's not going to get all gross. So
for sure.
I don't know. I'm excited.
And it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. My real life update is that my job, I'm almost on summer break in like a month. Ooh. So I'll be free for like 2.5 months.
Nice.
So that's where we're at.
Summer break is always fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be busy, but...
You'll be busy, but hopefully I'll be able to get some stuff going. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll have to start thinking about another bingo soon. Our summer bingo.
Like August is usually when we have it.
We had it in what, January?
Mm-hmm. Usually it's January and then August is when we have them.
So we're about at the time where we gotta start thinking about it.
Gotta start thinking about it.
We haven't talked about it at all yet. Mm-hmm. So let's start thinking about that.
Well, I kind of hope, because Jagex was putting out that they're putting like a bingo feature in the game. I'm kind of hoping that it comes out like a month or or like 2 or 3 weeks before our bingo happens, so that we could just do it in the game, because that would be super fun. Mm-hmm. Like that would be super cool to be able to put together. Mm-hmm. And I'm just wondering how it works. I haven't really looked into it. Mm-hmm. I wonder if it's like an individual thing, like, oh, you can fill out your own bingo board and then we do an individual bingo for the first time in our clan, or if you can like set up teams in your clan.
I hope so, because I'm expecting it to not be as intricate as we would think, because it's Jagex. But if it is solid, that would be a really cool update for the game, because a lot of people enjoy bingo and that kind of game.
Yeah.
And
well, and if
it's built into the game, then it just makes it that much more seamless.
Yeah, if it makes it that easy, and then like there's no way you can cheat, because if the bingo board updates itself, like, oh, I got this ring, or I got an archer's ring, it just updates the board.
If it told you who got it at what time and what team they're on,
life would be so easy. Because sometimes it's like every night when bingo's going on, I go through the whole list and just check what drops have happened, and like if it's actually marked on their bingo boards and stuff, because like they have lives too. They forget to mark their bingo board, or they mark something and it's like one tile over and it's like, oh, you marked the wrong one, so I have to go and fix it and stuff.
Well, I haven't looked at it too much either, but I did see a slot that is a skill, so you can even track XP gained.
That would be so good, because it's so annoying trying to check like the XP.
Screenshot your XP.
You're starting
to start, and then screenshot the end just to track it. Or you can use like Wise Old Man. But then again, that's just adding more third-party things to a third-party thing. If it was in-game,
yeah,
that would be a really good update.
I really enjoyed our last bingo. We didn't even get to talk about that. Should we talk about last bingo?
We did that bingo without even being a podcast at the time.
Yeah, like
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Because it's a really cool bingo, and it's not like we were inspired by some YouTube videos.
By Ingus.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the podcast once. Like, it was kind of something we wanted to do. And it was like a Candyland Experience bingo. And it was intricate and fun. The only thing that I think we stumbled on was understanding how rare some things were at the beginning of the game. Because it's like, oh, we just put that there because it's like, usually that's on a bingo. So we put it there, and it's like, oh, it's usually on the board, so it should be easy enough. And we put it at the beginning, and then people were like, you put like one of the most impossible drops first. And it was like
the first 4 tiles, and it was a 4-sided die that you could roll. It was, I know one of them was get a fire cape or get a unique at Volcano, which is like a 45-minute task compared to a 50-hour task.
Yeah, and I didn't understand that it was 50 hours. I thought it was like, oh, a tool seed, you'll get that in like 5 hours.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 16 mil at the time.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like I think it's like a 1 out of 100 or something too.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense, because I think that has to do with the whole group doing it. So it's really
I think only
not 1 out of 100.
Yeah, I don't remember it exactly.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I'd have to look into it again, but like we asked some people on the outside, and they're like, whoever created your bingo board is a sadistic mother trucker. Like, like they're an a-hole for putting that on there, because like that's a 60-hour grind. It's like, oh, I just didn't know. I was uninformed.
And that was our team's task. Was we were at Volcano, and that's why I got 300 KC there now.
Yeah,
and we still didn't get a drop.
We never got the drop.
So we used our skip, because each team gets a skip from the start, and then you can earn more skips depending on the tile you get. But
usually on raid tiles.
Yeah. But we used our skip right there, because we realized
we spent like 2.5 days on it. It's like, I'm done. I do not want to spend another 4-hour night at Volcano. Like this. Yeah. No, I'm not doing this anymore.
Like, it's faster to get a Zulrah unique than a Volcano unique.
Yeah. Like, It was just uninformed. Yeah. And then there was a couple other tiles that people were just like, really? Like, this is a tile? Yeah. And it's like, sorry, like, we tried our best.
We're still learning. We didn't put, like, a crazy amount of hours preparing the bingo, but we did put quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of effort to make something like that. And I think the majority of the players, like 95% of the players, really enjoyed that bingo.
Oh, yeah.
Thought it was the best one. And I think that was our third bingo.
Well, and what was nice about it
definitely the most successful
is
one.
you didn't feel like, at least for me personally, I didn't feel like I had to be on 24/7 to win. Like, it was more of an endurance game. Like, if you were on 24/7, of course you had a bigger chance of winning. But, like...
Do you want to explain how this bingo is different than the other ones?
Yeah, so usually a bingo is usually like a 4x4 or 5x4 board, and you try to just complete as many tasks as possible. And usually it's like boss uniques and stuff like that. And some bingos you just get one row and whoever gets it first wins. But most of the time when we do it, we want it to last at least a week. So we usually try to see who gets the most points out of the bingo board. We've done it in the past where, if you're the first team to finish that tile, you get more points than anybody else that finishes that tile. We've done it before where if you're the first two teams to finish that tile, you lock out that tile, kind of a thing.
Right.
But this one was like a board game map, and you rolled a virtual die in Discord. You just typed like roll 4 or something like that, and it'd roll a die for you. And you'd go to that tile, and you had to do that task before you moved on. You couldn't because like a normal bingo, you could do one tile for like 3 hours and then be like, oh, I'm burnt on this for a little bit. Let's go do this tile. Let's go do that tile, which is super fun as well. But like it was cool because it's like we're stuck here and we're here together as a team to go and do this. So I think that's what was fun. I also like the smaller teams in general because in a normal bingo you usually have like 4 or 5
to 50
teams.
people.
Yeah, you have like 40. Like usually we have around 40-ish people, and so you have like 6 teams or so with like 8 people per team or 7 people per team.
Yeah.
This event we limited to 3 people per team, but instead of being drafted, like. Because you'd have like 5 or 6 or 7 like leaders of your team, and they draft players and say, "Oh, this person's playing. I want them on my team." And you just draft them. For this one, you got to pick your 3 teammates, so you and 2 other people.
When you sign up, you can't sign up until you've given us your team. That way, everybody has the team they want to be in, and there's no like bad blood about. Yeah. Oh, you took my best friend. Now we're not on the same team.
Yeah. Which always seems a little cheeky because whenever we did the bingos in the past and we had the bigger teams, I'd always put us 2 together because it's like I'm not doing a bingo unless we're together.
Most of the time it's just us online because we're up later than everyone else because we're on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We've never won a bingo, so it's not like we cheated or anything.
For sure. But it just makes it more fun.
Yeah.
But doing the Candyland one, you get stuck at a tile until you complete it. So I just felt like it was just more intense and more fun, especially when you got like on the raid tiles and it's like, well, let's go do these freaking raids, man. Let's get them down.
Everybody had one skip at the beginning, so we got Volcano on our first tile, so we skipped it after 2.5 days, and then I don't know what we got after that.
I don't remember.
It was like 2 tiles later. But everybody got a skip. Some people used it right away. Some people saved it.
Barbarian Assault.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. We had to kill the Penance Queen at Barbarian Assault.
Everybody in your team had to do it.
Yep.
That was another one that was a problem that
some
came
people
up.
didn't like.
They had to do it as a team. We wanted everybody to do it as a team because it's like, well, you're a team. Go do it as a team. Like that was the thing. But they're like, there was a couple people, and like, there's no bad blood between us and them. It's just they're like,
and I get where they're coming from.
Yeah, I get where they're coming from
because their team was way across the world in different time zones.
Yeah,
so
like one was West Coast, one was East Coast, and one was probably European or something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but they're like, we can't get on at the same time. Like we're just a team because we know each other really good and we play the game a lot. But we don't. Like, we can't get on at the same time unless one of us stays up till like 2 a.m.
Yeah. So there were some little things like that, but we got through it. And I think it was pretty successful. And then the last tile, are we ready for that part?
Oh, yeah.
The last tile, I think it's like the 40-something tile.
Something like that, yeah.
Is if you roll and you get to that tile and you're the first one there, it's revealed to everyone participating what the task is. So it's hidden at first.
Yeah, it's secret for
Nobody
everybody.
knows what the final challenge is. And let's say it's the 50th tile, for example, and you're at 48 and you roll a 4 and then you're like past it. It doesn't matter. You have to land on that tile to get the task.
Yeah, you have to finish that tile.
Mm-hmm. And that final task to win bingo, regardless of if multiple teams are all doing that task at the same time or not, is the first team to get a full Void Waker built from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And we got one team to make it to that final tile, and they've completed it before anyone else got to it.
Well, I think one other team got to it.
Oh, they were both.
I think there's one other, but it was like the day that they got to it, they finished it. So.
Gotcha.
But I don't remember. I could be wrong.
Right. And I don't want to say who it was because I only remember 2 of the people.
I can look it up.
Let's look it up so we can shout them out.
I'm pretty sure it was...
I know it was Jukeless and Yancey.
And Coors.
And Coors.
Yep, Jukeless, Yancey, and Coors. So.
Grats to them.
Grats. Dude. Sorry, it's like 4 months past.
Yeah.
But here's your grats.
And they said they had a blast doing it. They made a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
What was funny is that they were at a God Wars task to get a hilt drop anywhere. And Jukeless got an Armadillo crossbow while they were on that task. And way later in the board is to get an Armadillo crossbow, but it doesn't count. It doesn't count. Like, he can't save that screenshot with the code word just in case they land on it later, because part of the rules is you have to be on the tile. You can't, like, send a teammate ahead on the chance that you guys roll that tile and then just have it done right away. For sure. So he asked, he's like, can I use this tile if we get on it? I'm like,
nope.
Sorry, dude.
I was debating on changing the code word like every 2 days, but I was like, that's way too much work for us. Way too much work to keep track of that. So
yeah, it was fun. We got like halfway through the board, maybe a little
like
3
more,
quarters.
I think. Yeah.
We got stuck quite a bit. We got stuck on the Pharaoh Scepter for like a whole day or 2.
Yeah.
Volcano was like 2.5 days. I don't know. It was still really fun. I got a Bandos. We had to get a hilt drop. And we were doing Bandos a lot, and then the next morning while you were at school or something,
did it solo.
I was babysitting, or I was babysitting my own kids. I was watching the kids, and I decided to do a combat achievement, which is to kill Gardor in a private instance like a certain amount of times. I can't remember, like 10,
I think 10 or
15
like
times. So I was just using the shadow and freezing him and just killing him, just the hope of getting it. And on the second to last kill before the combat achievement, I got the hilt on a solo private instance. So I was like, let's go.
Yeah, we were all super excited when you sent that screenshot. We were like, no way you just went by yourself. Like, let's go.
Yeah. So I got the Bandos hilt drop, and then I don't remember a lot of other tiles we were on, but if you go to our Discord and you weren't part of it and you wanted to see what it was, it's still up there. Actually, no, it's on the announcements. We had other channels, but we deleted those bingo channels, but it's still in the announcements if you go back and look. It's all there, and I think it even has the descriptions for each tile too.
Yeah.
There.
What's funny is that the payout, because we do fundraising, and you know how we haven't really been active since like October. We do fundraising throughout the year to get like funds for bingos and stuff, and the winning team got only like 50 mil or something like that, and they made like 3 times that amount just playing the bingo. So it was kind of funny to me.
Right. I don't know. We just don't have the fundraising to have like a billion GP prize. So I don't know. It's hard to fundraise that much money.
Well, the only reason the only way to fundraise that much more is to like have a lot more participants in like the events that we're having. Like right now we're doing a King of the Skill, and there's only like 8 or 9 people, and that's only 8 or 9 mil, and half of that goes to the winner or something. So
we could do bigger buy-ins, but then we tried that, and less people will sign up because we just like to stick with 1 mil basically as a buy-in.
And also we have plenty of maxed people, and they're just like, King of the Skill, like, I don't want to participate because there's no reason to.
You want to talk about that, by the way?
Yeah, so King of the Skill is going on right now. It's Hunter. It ends on Thursday, so there's 4 days left. Right now, I think the leader has just over 2 million experience, which
crazy.
Is insane. Our buddy
crazy.
Ryan, he's in it, and he has like 1.5 million experience, which is awesome.
And he's almost max, so he needs Hunter done. So this is the perfect opportunity for him to just hit it hard. I signed up and was just like, you know what? I'll just do some rumors because like I want to do them. Like they're new content. We'll talk more about them when we talk about Varla more.
I guess we can talk about them now. If you haven't looked at the rumors, they're just like, they're kind of like Slayer tasks for Hunter, where you go and get an assignment and you go do the rumor or go do the task, until you get like a special piece of the animal that you're hunting. Right. And I was just doing it, so I was like, you know what? I kind of want to fill in the collections log spots of the outfit that comes with it. And never expecting anything more than that. And then, was it yesterday? I'm pretty sure it was yesterday.
Yes.
Or was it Friday?
No, it was 2 days ago.
It was Friday. I was just doing them for fun and just like going, and I had no expectations for anything. I was opening every 10 once I had 10 bags, and I ended up getting the Quetzal pet, which was amazing. It's the first pet in like, I don't know how long, maybe a year. Like it's been a while since I've had a pet, and it was really cool to see. So
well, you've done like less than 100 now.
Yeah, I'm at 85,
and you have everything in the collection log except for one hunter piece.
Yeah, my last hunter outfit piece, which is like the boots or something. Once I get that, I never have a reason to go do hunter rumors ever again. Wow. Like, there's no reason for me to go back.
That's cool. And you've been hitting the collection logs hard.
Yeah. That's kind of my thing after Max. I kept debating with myself while we weren't playing what I want to do with RuneScape and stuff. And I keep playing with the idea of, like, I want to go back on the groupie and play a little bit. But it never, like, satisfies me when I log in or anything like that. Yep. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to, like, fill out collection log slots and see if that, like, does anything for me. And it's been pretty fun doing that. The first thing I did, because I was, like, is while you were in Malaysia for a while. The first thing I did, I was like, well, we're not going to be raiding or anything because Carter's gone. So I'm going to go do Brimhaven. And so I went to Brimhaven Agility and ended up getting that recolor. Nice. And I was like, that felt great to get like 6 collection log slots. Yeah. So then I went to, this might sound super nerdy and you guys are going to like cringe at what I did.
Especially from this recent update.
Yeah, this recent update. But it's like, it's what, shaving off 10 hours or something? It's whatever. But I went and unlocked everything in Magic Training Arena. So, a lot of you that struggle with the Lumbridge Hard Diary, it's the hard one, right?
I would believe that would be the expert or whatever you call it.
I think it's only the hard.
Elite.
I think it's only the hard.
To get the Drummond staff perk?
Yeah, I'll look it up while I'm talking.
Yeah.
But I ended up going and unlocking all of Magic Training Arena, and now I have no reason to go back. And so like some people would get like really salty with the new update, like, oh, I could have waited and stuff, and it was just like I had nothing better to do. Like I could have gone and did the other collection log slots, but it was like I was in the mood to do Magic Training Arena. Yeah. Because it's just chill and you just sit there.
Watch YouTube.
Click on 2 things every 10 seconds and you're done. So
you got to do Castle Wars. You can get like plenty of them without the long grind. Plus I have an alt now, so I could
just go in with me.
Try to just get some of that done.
Well, I was thinking of making an alt for that kind of stuff too, but the only thing is bonding them up is kind of ridiculous.
Right now bonds are crazy. It's like 12, 13 mil for a bond.
It's ridiculous, man.
Which like, I did 2 weeks ago. I got like 2 days left on my alt, which I'll talk about later.
Yeah. But other than that, since we've been gone and since I've just been kind of playing the game, it's just random boss grinds and stuff. Abby Sire, which we talked about last time, I was super dry on. Been doing a lot of DKs whenever I get a task for it. I did KBD yesterday because I got a Black Dragon task. So it's just like random things all throughout the game.
We're at a point now where we're both maxed and we're just like, we love RuneScape still, but we don't really like want to play a bunch of accounts and Iron Man and everything. So we just try to find things to do. We're at a weird point. Like we've been slowing down on the CMs a little bit just because we're not all on at the same time lately. But you got your second Twisted Kit piece.
Oh yeah.
So you just need one more.
Just need one more, and then we're done with that. Need the dust too, just to have it for whenever. So.
If you get the dust before me,
I'd just be like, suck it. It is in the hard diaries, but it doesn't give you the Drummond staff like upgrade. It's just you have to finish it.
Well, if you think about it, Magic Training Arena sucked before the RuneLite plugins for it.
Oh, I bet.
Because imagine doing that back in the day without plugins.
Just have to that minor amount of extra brain power to do the telekinetic grab room, that'd be awful.
Mm-hmm.
But like right now, it's just go stand on the green box and click it on the guy. Like that's all it is.
Yeah, man. Your brother's been playing a lot of RuneScape, and I've been talking to him a little bit. And I was just telling him, like, dude, I have like 7,000 hours, and I still have 7,000 more hours of content that I could do. And I don't know. He's been having a blast. He just did Monkey Madness.
Oh, he finished it?
He died. Awesome. I was on mobile last night, like 1 a.m. in bed, because I just wanted to finish this quest on my alt. And I see he's online. I'm like, I message him. I'm like, go to bed, buddy. And then he didn't reply, and he logged out. And then I talked to him today, and he's like, yeah, I took a long nap, so I was just up, and I wanted to finish Monkey Madness, but then I died at the boss, so I had to run back. I'm like, you can safe spot that. And he's like, yeah, but I don't know why my character just started running after him.
He probably didn't have a spell
do you
selected.
know what I just thought of the word auto retaliate. It's like, do you know what auto retaliate is? And he's like, no.
Oh,
like,
no.
Dude, okay, let me teach you right now. So I was just explaining to him, like, yeah, there's this on and off switch that you got to turn off, or else your guys are just going to run after whatever's attacking you. So he's learning. And I told him, I was like, this game's pretty sweet, right? He's like, it's very addictive, yes.
Yes.
And then I was like, yeah, at the same time, like, you tell someone about this game you just love, and you show it to them, and they just were like, why do you love this game? It looks stupid.
It's so dumb.
It looks so old and boring.
Well, like, and all you're doing is...
What, you spent 20 hours to get this thing? It's like, that was actually very spooned.
Yeah,
20
that
hours.
was really fast.
And I was just telling him, I'm like, now that you've been playing probably for 50 to 100 hours now, I'm like, now you get it. It takes, if you want a friend to play this game and actually appreciate it, they gotta put, it's like people telling people about like anime and other TV shows, like, bro, you just gotta get through the first season, then it's good.
Yeah. Gotta get through Dragon Slayer, bro.
Yeah, it's like, that's the same thing with RuneScape, especially old school RuneScape, and it's like, you just gotta try it, and you gotta put more than what you're expecting to actually understand why it's fun. And he hasn't even hit a spot yet where he's gotten a big drop yet from a boss. Like, he's still just questing like crazy, and it just makes me think, like, there is something special about this game, but at the same time, you gotta be special to play it.
I'm special.
So, like, I don't know.
Like I say, I think what hooked me, and we've talked about this before on the podcast, I'll be really quick, is I was playing the game just for nostalgia's sake. When we were first getting into it, and you kept nudging me over and over and over again, like, get back into it,
Way back in 2018.
Yeah.
2017.
Back when we were still in Rexburg, man.
Oh, yeah.
And you came over and showed me Temperos, and like literally like a day or two later, I got one of the drops, and like I think that's what hooked me. Is like, oh, this is a different game than what I remember, and like nostalgia isn't driving me anymore. It's like I can do things in this game that aren't just like stupid stuff.
It's funny because I was sitting just right behind you while you were doing it, and you pulled the barrel or the fishing supply crate thing, and you were just like so pumped. You're like, dude,
was I there? Were you there?
I was there.
Oh,
and you're like, dude, I'm shaking right now.
Let's go.
I'm like, I think it's like a 1 out of 400. Like, it's pretty good, but like,
well,
it's
I didn't
not that
understand
crazy.
it.
No,
man.
I get it. And I was like, I'm happy for you, dude. Like, I still haven't gotten that on my account. I haven't done.
What's
actually,
funny
I've
is
done a lot
you've done a lot of Temperos, and in like 2 or 3 accounts, and you still haven't got the barrel. And then I do it on the groupie, and I get it like right away.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. And so like that can also really get people addicted to the game. It's like, I need that hit of a drop, and with that pet you just got, like, boom, feels good.
Pet.
The twisted bow,
you know
boom.
What, you know what actually that pet did to me today? Before we left our house this morning, I spent like an hour and a half killing mole just on the off chance that I'd get the pet.
Oh man.
If you guys haven't been updated, I'm at like 4,400 KC at mole. So I'm about 1,400 kills over the drop rate for the pet at mole. So
I know how that feels. I mean, my cow fight queen was 35, 40, but once you get past the drop rate, every kill is just like
Please,
this doesn't
just
matter.
please.
The amount of kills I've done, it does not matter. I'm basically back at the beginning.
Yeah, it's
and
just
doing.
50-50
I just got to do
drop,
another
man.
3,000 kills to get the chance. Another.
Like, I hope any of the the next 100 kills is the pet. But, like, there's this sadistic part of me that hopes that I don't get it until, like, 10,000 kills.
And that's the cool part, too, at the same time, because then you start looking at your rank, and you're like, I'm getting pretty... I don't know what the giant mole is. There's probably bots that have, like, 100,000 kills.
Like, still, if you're the top, like, 20,000 at giant mole, that's still freaking sweet.
Yeah,
like,
I'm still, like... I know for main accounts, I'm, like, rank 600-something at Calfight Queen.
Which is sweet.
But at the same time, like, I have the pet, but how cool would it be to be in, like, the top 100?
Yeah.
If I just kept going for it.
Just do it, man.
I don't know. I feel like if I were to just go down there and get a kill, I'd be like, this is such a waste of time.
This is such a waste of time. Why am I
Such a
here?
waste of time. But the chance of being in such a high score like that would be so cool. Speaking of that, Zolar Goat, he's kind of not like a good friend of mine, but I've been talking to him for like over a year or two now.
Yeah.
Just hit rank 1. I met him when he was rank 6, and he just hit rank 1 this month.
That's
which is like 160,000 Zulrah kills or something.
Something like that, like 164,000.
It's insane.
What was funny is I listened to Behemoth that day and heard him. I was like, hey, Carter knows that guy.
I think I met him while he was just doing it. Like, he was running towards the dock, and I was fishing sacred eels or something. I just was like, what's up, dude? Like, I saw his name, and it made me look at his high scores. I'm like, this is totally a bot. But he like started talking back to me like a totally normal person, and then he sent me his Discord, and then he actually linked to his Twitch account.
Yeah,
and I started watching him. I'm like, this is a real guy, dude.
Yeah, he did the whole thing on stream. It's like insane. By the way, I'm ranked 3,688 at
wow.
So
that's pretty sweet.
It is sweet.
Dude, keep going.
Well, I'm going to go until at least I get the pet.
Dude. I mean, you make money there at Calfight Queen. I made
$2 million this morning.
That's pretty solid.
But I bought a bunch of runes to recharge my staff.
Yeah. Then you break even. I mean, for Calfight Queen, I just spent millions on staff charges because I just wanted to use the shadow. I didn't really want to try to save money doing it. Yeah. I did it on mobile a lot of the times, which is crazy.
I did a bunch of kills on mobile for mole, but like that's a completely different thing than Calfight Queen.
Yeah. I mean, I would just tap one tile underneath her. I would just tap the tile in front of me and then just tap on her, tap on the tile underneath me, heal, tap underneath, tap her.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that crazy, but it's kind of annoying.
I just feel like you just have a lot higher chance of dying
at
Calfight Queen than the mole.
For sure. You can't just like turn off your phone. You have to tally out to be safe.
For sure.
But I loved that grind. Looking back, it was so fun. Because whenever we were like done with the raid and we were talking, don't know what to do, tally to the Calfight Queen, get it 5 kills before we decide on what else to do.
Let's go play this game. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I just don't have that. I just don't know what to go for something like that. Like, I got over 1,000 Seracnus kills just for doing clues, but I don't really care about the pet there.
But the thing is like, just go for it.
Yeah.
Why not? You're still getting clues. You're still doing other things you want to do.
I'll still go for it just to get clues, but there's not a pet except like...
You want the Bloodhound.
The Bloodhound, which I've gotten like 140 master clues done now. Speaking of the Bloodhound pet, our good friend Ryan, he got the Bloodhound pet at like, 43 master clues?
Or something like that,
or 53 or something, like, which is insane.
Insane.
And then I heard that Tasty just mentioned in their Based podcast.
Did he get it?
That he's done over 1,000.
Yeah, he's done over 1,000.
He hasn't gotten it yet. And Ryan's got it at 40 or 50 KC, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, you know Michael, right? On XP Waste?
Yeah.
He got it on he got it on the first KC.
That's why his username is Bloodhound on his main.
That's just like insane.
Yeah.
So
maybe I should change my main's name to Corp.
Corp
3KC pet. Double
Corp 3,5.
Yeah, that's been a while since I've mentioned that. I gotta plug it again. I got the Corp pet twice, and I only have 5 KC. So I vowed never to get another kill unless I'm going for Grandmaster, and that's the only tasks left I need, which sucks too, because like if I were to get those done, there's always going to be more tasks coming out, and then I'd have to upkeep it. I don't know. I'm almost at the master rank, and I just feel like I'm just gonna keep it there because I really don't want to get Corp kills.
You want to get
really
a little
do the
cushion.
Inferno.
You want to get a little cushion afterwards, because if the Morse task comes out, I think you'll lose your master rank.
Well, things like Perilous Moons, I did all of them in the first day, so I feel like there'll be things where I'm still gonna go for new combat tasks. Because there's always gonna be like very, very doable ones.
Oh yeah.
The Master one will be cool. I really like the Slayer Helm for that. And there's a lot of tasks we could do at top.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot. We just have to actually go for them. You can't just hope to get them by just running normal tobs. So
for sure.
We have to get to that point where we run some more tobs, because we've just been doing chambers for a long time.
And I've been loving chambers. There was a thought like a week ago when we were doing a couple hours, like, okay, I'm done here, but I'm not. But I am. Like,
well, we can always move to a different raid.
Well, like,
I feel like we would move to Tob before we do a lot of TOAs.
Yeah, well, TOA just isn't as, like, satisfying to me. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Because it just feels like, I don't know.
I don't know what's missing with it. The invocation system is really good. I don't want to get into this too much, but
yeah,
it's good for all kinds of players, especially new players. But at the same time, like, I really like the feeling of just running into a normal Tob and completing it within 25 minutes and just running back in, instead of having to, like, okay, guys, should we do this invocation? No? You guys don't like that one? Okay. What about this one? And then, like, I don't know. And then, like, the bosses are fun in a way, but I really don't like this epic fight. It's just kind of like sitting there for minutes at a time, just like, okay, switch burr, okay.
I think that Tob's bosses are more, like, intricate and, like funner to fight. But TOA's bosses are fun enough. I think what TOA is missing is the challenge of, like, the invocations are the challenge in TOA. Whereas for Chambers, the challenge was getting enough speed and doing everything, like, efficiently. Yeah. Which I think is a cool little challenge for Tob. For us right now, it's just being able to get through a raid. Yeah. But later on, it's going to be, like, getting good at it. But I don't know. I just feel like there's a better progression in the other ones.
I definitely want to get into hard mode Tob, so I got to get Ryan into normals before we even think about hard. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. We're talking about TOA, and then you think about Chambers, and it's like, well, those, like, bosses before
those bosses are
not even interactive at all or anything. Like, Bossa, you just got to dodge the... I don't know. RuneScape's weird.
Yeah. Well, like, to me, I feel like there's a little more teamwork with those little tasks and stuff. Like, you run into Tecton, and, you know, okay, we're going to all Venge Bomb them. We're going to go run around it and be all in sync kind of thing. Where it's like, you run into Zebek, it's like, well,
everyone
do the mechanics right.
Good luck, everyone. Don't die.
Do the mechanics right. You're kind of on your own.
Yeah. Let's see. Spider. Is there teamwork at Baba a little bit with the making sure you go to the right boulders?
Well, and then in the prep room.
Yeah.
But that's
prep rooms anyway. Are so no. I just don't like. Imagine if there's a prep room for each boss at Tob. Yeah, it just like the maiden. You run right in. You gotta do like some puzzle.
Yeah, some blood puzzle.
It's just not. I think it was a good thought at first, but if I've heard people say this before, if there's an invocation where you can remove all the puzzles, but you lose points, and you have to make it up by adding other invocations, I would love that. Yeah, even if you lost 50 points for removing all the puzzles, just so you could do the raid 10 minutes faster. Yeah, so like, I would like that, because I love being able to just, I don't know, even the puzzles aren't even that bad, but it's just not fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we move on from this.
Yeah. To boil it all down, we're not really interested in TOA right now.
Yeah, not right now. The only time I'm interested in it is when we're dicking around with the clan and there's like 8 of us in there and it's just absolute mayhem the whole time. Like that's when it's fun.
That's fun. If we're like trying to get a run done expert, after we're done with it, it's like, okay, I'm done. Let's go do something else.
Let's go do something else.
But with CMs, we've done like 6 in a row.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Well, that's when I got my TiVos on the 6th raid in a row tonight. So
yeah. So
yeah, if you didn't hear that last episode, me and Carter both have TiVo drops on our collection log, which is awesome.
Both spooned for sure. We both have way less KC than most people that get their Tebow drops.
I think I'm only at like 87 cms right now, and that my Tebow is like at 79 or something like that, or 73. So.
And I was super spooned there too with the omelet pet.
Let's talk about how dry you're at freaking Chambers, man. I feel
True.
like I'm starting to get that dry too.
It's funny because like I can't complain because I just got the Tebow. I got the Tebow at 88 CMs, and now I'm at like 140 or 150 CMs, and haven't seen a purple in my name since then.
When with the points we're getting, it's like 1 out of 14 for each of us to be getting a purple, and
we're
he
at
hasn't
like
seen
a
one.
15-16% chance for a purple every raid, and we've gotten a few purples, but
I think we've gotten like
crazy.
2 purples since my Tebow, and one of them was a prayer score from me, and then one of them was Ryan's. I can't remember what it was.
So nothing great, but I obviously can't complain. I mean, but at the same time, it's like I've done I've done like 60 plus CMs, not just normals, but CMs, and haven't seen any new collection log slots or any items for my collection log.
Yeah.
So it's fine. All I really care about right now is the dust and the kit.
Which you haven't seen either.
I got my first kit at like 20 something KC CM.
What's their drop rate? 1 in 70?
1 in 75.
1 in 75. So you should have seen one by now, but
so I'm a little dry for my second one, but it's okay.
It's all good.
Just got to keep going. It's not like we're burning out of it.
You're gonna say this
it's like, okay.
It's at like 1100 KC. It's okay.
Well, I
just want one more ancestral kit.
When you would get off, I'd do like another CM with this other guy on the friends list, and it took him 902 CMs to get his dust.
Oh my gosh.
And I have another friend who has like 3 of them, and he has like 180 CMs.
Yeah.
He has 3 of them. So that's just RuneScape, you know. You can't complain. You just gotta.
Well, and he has all the kits too, and we did one with him.
And he got another one.
Kit. He got his 4th kit. It's like, just give it to this man.
Come on.
Screw you.
That's something I feel like. I mean, at the same time, more people can. It's not like a roll one per team. Like multiple people can get it at the same time.
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's like whatever.
He didn't steal it.
He didn't steal from us.
They rolled.
I was gonna say like dupe protection would be kind of nice for stuff like that if it was rolled for once per team.
Yeah.
But we could all get it at the same rate. That'd be cool if we all 3 of us got one.
Oh, dude, that'd be so hype.
That would be awesome.
That'd be so cool.
That would be awesome.
We need to figure out, like, I know we used to have it when we were playing Valorant and stuff a lot, and we were recording clips and whatnot. Do you still have, like, the clip, like, go back a minute or two and record the last 2 minutes of your desktop?
I'd have to enable it. It's just like a NVIDIA thing.
Yeah, I think we need to do that just in case we do get a drop, and we could just click it and make a short out of it or something.
I'll make sure I get that set up.
Yeah,
that'd be
because
cool.
if like, what if that does happen now that we talked about it, and then we get a triple drop of kits, and then it's like, well, I want to record that and put it on the channel because that's freaking insane.
And I don't want to record on OBS every single raid we do and then delete it once we're done. Just couldn't be asked to do that.
Me neither.
So,
well, I did it for that one raid, thank goodness. But
the one raid, we get it.
But like, it just seems like a hassle to think about it every time we get on. And like, I don't get how YouTubers do it, man. I don't get it. Like,
I think they have that. Well, yeah, they also record. Well, they stream, and then that VOD can be clipped into highlights.
Well, and I think some of them like do the whole raid, and then once they get into the
final fight
at the very end, they just click record.
Yeah,
it's like, well, that's
not that bad.
30-second clip.
If you're like a full-time content creator, then it's not that bad to just do that, get in that mindset. But we're not in that mode.
We still have grand plans for a series that we're coming up with.
Yep.
I was planning on making like a couple of scripts and stuff, and then my life got busy this week, so didn't end up doing that. But be expecting it soon because we were both super excited for it. So
yeah. Oh yeah, we'll keep working on that. I got an alt that I've been working on. Like we're working on stuff.
We're gaming.
All I want it to do is just be my slave for my main, because I realized that we tried making the group Iron Man account, and I have a different Iron Man account, and I haven't gotten very far in either of them. So I feel like if I made an alt that benefited my main, then it would be more.
Yeah, and fun. Like Iron Man could argue against this, but I feel like the way we play the game, we just don't play it enough or don't have the drive enough to do the little chores in the game. And I know it feels super satisfying because I've done it a little bit on my group Ironman, but like, it's just I don't have enough time. I do not want to be wasting my hours on a computer on chores
just
that
to
I
get
have to
Cerebrews
do to play the game.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks because I know how rewarding it can be, and I know a lot of you will say, "Oh, it beats out the main game because of how rewarding it is." But like, it's not worth my time that I have very limited of on the computer to play. Like,
and a lot of people feel that way too. They want to play Iron Man. That's why Bronze Man mode would be sick. I would play a Bronze Man mode. Where, do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Where like I don't have to worry about doing birdhouse runs 4 to 5 times a day just to have birdhouses or bird nests. Just to have supplies to do stuff. Like, I would not want to do that.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to like get the drop. Like I got that Bandos Hill drop, and then I could buy as many as I wanted after that at the GE.
But the other thing is, then you need to get all 3 God Sword shards too, which is awesome.
That's fine because then I can just buy Cerebrews at the GE once I make one.
For sure.
So, I don't know.
Bronze Man mode is a little more intense than. Have you heard of Nine Rain?
I know him, but
he does a Iron Main where everything's a main account except for if it's on the Boss or Slayer collection log is what you have to unlock. So Cerebrews are already unlocked at the beginning. It's just like if you want a Bandos chestplate, you have to go get one first, kind of a thing, which I think is fine. Interesting.
Yeah.
So.
It gets to the point where if they have too many like game modes or different accounts, it can get kind of overwhelming. So
I just play main. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah, just play main. Don't even worry about it.
The way the game was intended. Come on.
That's the thing. A lot of people complain. A lot of Iron Man complain about drop rates and stuff, and it's like, this was not
made for you.
This is a game mode where you're not supposed to green log every single boss in the game. You're supposed to buy it at the GE. as a community, and a lot of changes have been made to accommodate Iron Man, which is really totally fine. Like it should be helped. They should be helped in some way, but at the beginning, it wasn't intended to work that way. And there's still a lot of things that are very hard for Iron Man to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm just not interested.
For sure.
So this alt will be fun because I'm just going to use it to bring supplies to me, like if I'm doing Nightmare or Dolo at God Wars Dungeon or
whatever.
Spec Transfer, Heal Other, and then the Castle Wars thing if I'm just AFK. Kind of fun to get some collection logs there. I don't know. It's also been fun just like doing early content again on a main account where I can go to my main's house and teleport anywhere I want, basically.
Think of how like a struggle it was for us at the beginning. Man. Like on our first account, it's just like, how do I get to this freaking place? Like there's a teleport right there, but I can't use that teleport yet.
You have to hop to a house party world.
Yeah.
Use someone's house to go places, which sucked. But like I have 3 days played on that account and I'm already almost at 1,000 total level just because I have money just to like I got to 60 crafting within like an hour.
Yeah, and you just bought gems.
I chiseled gems and so it's been fun.
That's awesome.
Because these T-bow splits I've been able to just kind of supply it with like best in slot options to skill and stuff, so it's been really cool. Been fun.
For sure. Sorry, I had to pop my neck.
I bet people could hear that.
Ooh,
I heard that in my ears.
I hope so.
What do we want to talk about?
Should we go? I don't know. There's like 3 places we could go. Should we just bust out Varlamore since we've already talked about like half of it?
Yeah, let's just cover it so we can move on and then talk about it again when part 2 comes out.
Exactly. Yeah. So, which part do you want to start with?
And I don't even want to talk about like what's coming in part 2 because I feel like things are going to change a lot, and like we've said before.
So that crosses off this.
Yeah, I didn't even look into that dragon boss.
Well, I was just gonna mention it that it's a group boss.
Yeah, or the herblore activity.
I hate all the. I'll be honest. Like I hate all the names of stuff coming out. Like that Atlatl, like that bow or something. I hate it.
Throwing javelin thing.
Yeah,
and the name of they call it the glaive. It's just not even a glaive at the Coliseum. Like that spiky ring.
Yeah.
It has the weirdest name, and you can't even pronounce it.
Well, like the boss's name is like, let me try to read it. Hoikoidl. Hey, Kodal?
Hey, Quato.
I don't freaking know, dude.
We'll just talk about what's already been released, and we're super late. I know people have already talked about it for months now, or like over a month. But we'll give our quick opinion on it. We'll just kind of quick fire through it.
Let's just talk about...
We'll start with Coliseum.
Let's do it, for sure. Your experiences, because I have not stepped foot in the Coliseum.
Yeah. You don't even have the music for it yet.
No, I don't have the music cape done.
It's good. It's really good, and it's got some replayability for sure. Once you get your quiver, just like the Inferno it has that replayability to it. Even though I wouldn't go back, I just don't want to. It's just not.
Back to the Inferno or the Coliseum?
Inferno.
Yeah.
The Coliseum. Someone actually gave a really good explanation for the comparison between the two on Reddit the other day, and they say Inferno is a marathon and Coliseum is a 100-yard sprint.
Yeah.
So if you are doing Inferno, you have got to be focused for more than 2.5, 3 hours.
Which is insane to me.
You can log out, though, and pause, but you can't do it at the Coliseum. But
that's why I don't
once you're back in, you can't leave. You have to continue. So that sucks. But the Coliseum, boom, it takes like 30 minutes to 45 minutes to complete it. If you die, jump back in. You haven't lost that much time. The problem, there's differences. Inferno, you die, you just lose.
You lose time.
You lose time out of everything, but I think you just lose the supplies that you used.
Yeah. So like at most you're losing like 500K.
Yeah. Not even that. Yeah.
Well, like, but I was saying
an inventory of Cerebrews.
Yeah. I don't know
just
how
like
much that costs,
50K.
But what I'm saying is at the Coliseum, you lose 500K on death, and you lose the money that you would have made if you're like 5 or 6 waves in. Like you're losing another mil.
That's the best money making method in the game right now. It's like 20 mil an hour now at the Coliseum, and that's the punishment. Is you're doing a sprint, you got to be focused for that hour or less, and if you die, it's costing you a lot of money. The nice thing is they give you that like grace period for the first 50 waves cleared. It's like only 25% of what you would owe.
Yeah.
So I was only paying 125K every death, and then it got to the point where I was losing 500K, 500K,
bam,
500K,
bam,
500K, 500K. It sucked. And you lose, the brews and supplies you're using.
Did we get the Tebow split by then?
No.
I don't think so. So you're just like, ouch, 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 every time you're losing 500K.
But it's so fun. It's so fun. I think you would enjoy it, dude.
I think I would too. I think the Coliseum I would jump into once I have a scythe. Like I think that's my next mega rare that I'm going for, and I'm gonna get a scythe, and then I'm gonna jump in.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's really good. The only complaint I have are I just don't like any of the character models. I don't even like the boss, how it looks.
Dude, I don't like the freaking furry weirdo.
Yeah, it's weird. And the Fremenic guys at the beginning,
they don't fit.
Doesn't really fit. Like they could be like prisoners. People were saying they're like prisoners that are forced to fight in the Coliseum, but they could have had the coolest models for the Coliseum.
My
like the Inferno has some sick. Like I love the meleeer at the Inferno. It's sick, and there's not one mob at the Coliseum that I think looks cool.
I like the Manticore. Is that what it is?
Yeah, but his face looks weird.
Oh, I haven't really looked at the face. I think the rest
it just looks
dope.
Funny. I like how the Minotaur works.
Too.
The Minotaur is pretty cool, but I just don't know what they could have added in place of it.
Yeah. Well, my thing with the final boss is like it's cool, but it looks like TOA. Like it's like
it's like get the Wardens and Akka and Soul all together.
Like you get the pet for TOA, you have the pet for the Coliseum. Like it's the same pet in my brain. Yeah. Like if I see both of them. I don't know. Like, I think it should look a little different. Like,
yeah, it's not like they're gonna change anything. The look of it, but I just didn't like that. One of my favorite things about the Coliseum is when you're about to fight Soul, the final boss, on wave 12, it tells you in the window before you start the final boss if you're gonna roll the pet or not.
Yeah, that's intense.
It tells you like, all right, here's the drop. If you win, you get the quiver, you get whatever like. I don't remember.
Money drop it is.
Some type of value drop, and then it'll show the pet in that window as well. So you already know, like, you will get the pet if you kill the boss.
If you win.
And it's been cool to see clips of people like getting super pressured and like super focused, and then they get it.
They get it and they're so excited, or they die and they get super sad. Yeah,
because like that's tough to know that. Like, imagine if you were doing any other boss,
and you knew you were getting the pet.
All right, you're gonna get the pet. If you kill this thing, you're gonna get like super nervous.
Imagine Verzik, like the end of a raid, like that'd be insane.
Yeah,
it's like, well, if you die, you're done. Like, you don't get it. So
like just the nerves of that knowledge could mess you up, just because you're like, oh, imagine if I just choked and just died at Verzik. Like, I've done tons and tons of top, but anything could happen. So
anything can happen. If you're checking the time, I've got plenty of it. We're gonna keep going.
I saw you looking at your phone. I'm like, wait, what time is it?
It's only 8:40. We got literally like another hour before I'm like worried. So let's keep going.
But I got the quiver. I was watching a lot of content about it while I was in Malaysia, just super hyped to do it. And then when I got back, I was like, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Boom.
I wish that, like, I don't know how to explain it, but what's his name? Soul Heretic or something like that. I wish he was like an actual boss you could fight, because like without like all the extra like lasers and stuff coming down. Yeah. Because like I've been watching it and like I feel like it's the first, like when I look at the Inferno and watch the Zuck fight, I have no clue what's going on. Oh. Like I've seen that room so many times on videos and stuff, and usually when I see things like that, I can like pick up on what's happening. But like I have no clue when it comes to Zuck. When I've been watching the Soul Heretic fight, it's like, oh, I can like pick up on, like I'm actually picking up on the mechanics and stuff, and I'm like, I wish I could just go and fight this thing, because it looks like such a fun, engaging fight. Like seeing the shield bash and like, oh, step back once. Oh, he's doing the shield bash again. Go back two. Yeah. Oh, he's doing a spear. Step back one. Doing the spear again. Go to sideways. Like,
imagine if that was what Bettion was reworked to be in the wilderness.
Dude. I don't know. That'd be insane.
Or like they rework another wilderness boss that it exists in some way, but that wouldn't really work. I think Bettion would fit the most for that kind of content.
But I don't know. It's just like, I like it when I see a boss and like I can actually understand what's happening, because like, I don't know. That's probably one of the main reasons why Inferno, like, it doesn't scare me, but like I don't want to do it. Like, I don't feel obligated or feel like I want to at all. Is because like the waves that we go through, I don't really know what's going on, and then you get to Zuck and it's like, I understand that things spawn behind you. I understand that there's healers, but like I don't know what that means. Like I can't pick up on it, and it's like, I don't know. And I know those that are listening, all I'd have to do is watch a video and it'd explain it to me. But like, I like just seeing the room or seeing the boss and then being like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, kind of thing. For sure. It'll happen.
Oh yeah.
You'll get to the point where you might be interested in it. I don't know. It's hard to decide, like, should you do Inferno first or Coliseum? It just depends on if you want to spend the money in Coliseum and learn a lot with that to help you get the Infernal Cape.
My thing is, I think it's the same thing with the Iron Man argument that I had earlier, is I don't want to come home and that be the only thing I'm thinking about for 4 hours. Like, I'd rather spend time with you or with anybody else that we're playing with and doing things, instead of being like, oh, I have to lock myself in the Inferno again. Like I hate that thought.
Once you've dedicated your mindset to getting the cape, that's all you think about. You'll even dream about it. Yeah. And you won't want to do other things because you just want to get over it, so you don't have to worry about it anymore.
I wonder if that's how Irons feel. I don't want to do anything else but be an Iron Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think you should definitely go for the quiver, though.
Oh, I will. Like I said, when I get the scythe, like, this is probably like 6 months to a year down the road. Once I get the scythe, I think I'll go for it. Yeah. That or I'll take out a loan.
Yeah, for sure. And if you guys are currently working on the Coliseum, there's a pretty cool simulator you could use to practice the fight. It's called, like, colosim.com, like COLO sim.com. I just discovered it on Reddit recently. I have no affiliation with it or anything, but it's really solid. It looks like you're actually playing RuneScape in a simulator. It's not like a weird like 2D thing. It looks really good, and I think it could help you guys a lot with getting comfortable with Soul. Yeah. So check it out.
For sure.
Then the Coliseum, I think we'll move on to...
We talked about hunter contracts already.
my only thing with it is like you could do that for any skill, any gathering skill in the game. You could add a fishing contract where it's like you go to the dock and it's like the fishermen are like, we need help catching more anglerfish for our net, or like we need more supplies. Could you please get 136 anglerfish? Yeah, and you could do that with mining. Okay, we need 25 rune ore.
Mm-hmm.
So they added some things to Hunter, like the outfit and stuff, which
I feel like Hunter was the one that needed it though, because they had so many like things you can do in the game already.
Mm-hmm.
But none of it was being used because it's like either you're gonna go do herbivore or you're gonna go do chinchompas. Like that's it.
I just thought of this right now. I feel like this is Jagex teasing or just experimenting with the community how people like the Hunter contracts, because they actually pulled a skill, I can't remember the name of it, where it's like Slayer tasks for skilling. What is it called?
I know what it is.
It starts with an A, I think.
Oh no, it's gonna bug me now.
But basically that's what it is. You go to a Slayer master, a skilling master or whatever, and they tell you anything in the game like that can be gathered. Like, go and fetch me 57 monkfish or something, or go gather me 127 redwood. And then you do it, and it's basically that, but skilling. And I think this is a way that they can kind of, because they're working on sailing, and I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean that's the end of new skills coming out now, because that's always something they can pull up out of their sleeve in the future for updates, is like, hey, let's do another skill. And I feel like if this goes really well, like the Hunter contracts, I feel like they might re-pull that skill again, where you could work on your skills, which people argue like that just means you can't skill anything except for your current task. Like if you want to do the best method for working on mining, you would have to do it through that one skill.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't know. Like I was looking for it and I didn't remember.
But that is a problem that I could definitely see, where it's like I just want to do barbarian fishing to work on my fishing, but that just means I'm not working on that one skill. Arta. It starts with A. I swear. So that's a problem I could totally see.
Yeah.
Like you totally just want to chill and do barb fishing, but then in the back of your mind you're guilty because you're not working on that other skill. That's kind of like us doing Nightmare Zone to work on our combat stats, but knowing that we're not working on Slayer.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we'll just do Slayer later.
For sure.
But that just means, like, imagine doing Hunter contracts, and that's the only way you could level up Hunter. So maybe sometimes you just want to go do herbivore, but you kind of can't. So they'd have to balance that in a way, which they could. So that's my thought, is they might pull that skill again in a couple years. Maybe 5 years from now.
Might be a good thought. I don't know. Proposed skills. There it is. Sailing, artisan. Was that artisan?
Mm-hmm. Read it just a little bit.
Artisan was developed in 2014. It was pulled twice. Artisan would have been similar to Slayer, but for skills.
Yep.
Okay.
Artisan. So I feel like they might pull Artisan again with the Hunter contracts. If it goes really well and people like the Hunter contracts, it's just Artisan, but only Hunter locked.
Mm-hmm.
So
that, or they just keep building around it and just being like, you didn't want Artisan, so now we're going to give you things that are Artisan
for every gathering skill, which is
cool because then you have this. So you have the AFK ways that we maxed.
Sorry, finish your thought.
We have these AFK ways that we maxed and used, but now you have these interactive ways that if you don't want to do those AFK ways, or you have time and you want to get a little more XP or get some more rewards out of it, you can go do.
Remove that anglerfish minigame. What's it called? Sea trawler?
Yeah. Wait, no. Sea trawler isn't that the...
It's a quest or something. I don't know.
No, I'm thinking of something else.
The drift thing?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't even know. Remove that minigame to get the anglerfish outfit. Add another, like, contract thing for fishing, and that's how you get the fishing outfit.
Yeah.
And depending on what level you are fishing, they'll only give you contracts for those fish.
In love with that idea, because that freaking minigame sucks.
I mean, it would suck to get like a shrimp task when you're like level 50 fishing. It's like, I don't want to catch 30 shrimp. But then it's like a change of scenery.
Teleport to Lumbridge, go catch 30
Or you could use currency you get, like points, to like cancel tasks. Just Slayer.
Who knows?
I don't know. Things like that. There's so many things they could change, and I don't want to be that kind of guy that's like, Jagex should do this instead. Like,
Jagex, do whatever the freak you want. It's your game.
Do whatever you want. So I haven't done too many hunter contracts, but it's cool. I've done like 20.
For us max mains, there's no real point other than collection logs, which is the only reason I'm doing it. Once I get those boots, I am never touching this content ever again. There is no reason to. The only thing I'm going to be doing is going and recharging that whistle because it's the closest way to get to that herb patch.
Oh,
and
nice.
I do herb runs like 4 times a week.
Nice.
So
that's cool. That's all I have to say about it. I just like how they're just always adding more things to do in the game. They're just broadening the methods of training skills and places to go and things to do.
The next one they're working on is herb lore. We're not going to talk about it because, again, there's a lot of details they need to flesh out and stuff. So, but that's coming to Varlamore is an herb lore thing. So,
and a group boss, which I love group bossing.
We already said his name, Hoy Coital.
I really hope they change it.
Probably won't.
People are just going to call it Coital.
Or Huey.
Or Huey.
Huey.
Let's go kill some Huey.
Let's go kill some Hugo.
Hugo. Moons of Peril.
Let's talk about it. I've done more than you have on that one, too.
Yeah.
Moons of Peril, they're doing it as a mid-game boss, kind of like Barrows, where you kill multiple bosses and then loot a chest at the end. And then you get their like gear as rewards, which is really cool. And apparently it's super useful gear for mid-game accounts.
People have been PvPing with it.
Yeah, people have been PvPing with it. I've seen some like group raids when we do TOA. Some mid-level game people or some Ironmen have stuff on. And I'm like, cool. Like I have no clue what they do. I probably should do my research about it. But cool. That's another thing is being a max main. It's like I don't really care. Like
we're not the people that play all day, and we would rather do other things. So we did dabble in it. I've dabbled in. I got all the combat achievements there. You've done over 100?
I did 100 exactly.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
I got like 3 or 4 uniques or something. Something I learned on a video that I watched today. I can't remember the YouTuber's name. He does like collection log stuff. Apparently, after you unlock all of the set, then you never have to kill that boss again. You just kill the other 2, and you have the equal chance to get their drop. But your like item drops if you don't get their unique. You get like only 2 instead of 6. So you're not making as much money, but you're still getting the equal amount of drop for only doing 2 of the bosses. So it increases your kills per hour.
That's cool.
And then you only have to do 1 boss after you complete the second one. Apparently that's how it works. Don't shoot me. I think his name's Guides for Us All. I don't know.
Nice.
Go talk to him.
Go talk to him.
Yeah, go talk to him about it in his chat. I think he's James. I don't know.
I'm gonna be that guy and say I really wish there was a pet there. I would go there all the time if there was, because I love that Eclipse fight. If there was a pet version of him, I would go for it. Yeah. I would. That would be my next Cal Fight Queen, to be honest.
Really?
That would be my next Cal Fight Queen grind. That's how much I love that model.
That design. I like the Blood Moon one.
Yeah.
I think the Blood
and
Moon
if you could like get
super good.
One of them and then you had to like get a drop from the other ones to transmog it, that'd be even cooler. But I guess the JMods didn't want us our kind of accounts to grind that.
I guess. Which I don't understand. Like, so you want to lock a portion of your community out because
they don't want to do it because there's no pet.
Yeah.
Don't you want those rooms to be filled with players fighting the boss together, even though it doesn't matter if you're doing it solo or not?
Was it that they're worried about crashing the prices of the items and stuff? Like,
it's going to happen regardless.
Even
people are going to do that content.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, is that what they're saying? Like, because if so, that's a stupid reason.
Well, Barrows doesn't have a pet, and people are doing it like crazy still. And there's some gear there that's still worth a couple mil. And 5 years from now, that gear is still going to be worth over $1 million.
Yeah.
Even if there was a pet, I feel like, I don't know.
It's weird.
It really confused me because you look at the collection log and you go through the list of all the bosses, and there's a pet for almost every boss. I think there's 1 or 2 that doesn't have a pet.
It's Barrows.
And
Sparrow. Like, that's the only two I can think of.
So, I don't know.
Like,
they even mentioned, like, we'll look into it later. But right now, we don't want a pet here.
Yeah. The only one that's weird in the collection log is that the same pet's for 2 different people, for the Chaos Ellie and then the scientist guy.
Chaos Fanatic.
Fanatic or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same pet. It's like, it's kind of weird.
It's weird.
It's fine.
It looks really good. The design of the places running around between bosses and the boss rooms are spectacular compared to the Coliseum. But I just wish there was a pet there, so I don't go there.
For sure.
Did the combat achievements and left. I don't think I'll ever go back until there's a pet. If there ever is one.
Yep. Or until you get to the point where I'm at, like, hey, maybe I'll do collection logs. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're not that kind of player, though. So.
With the alt, it doesn't really benefit me there because it's very self-sustaining. You can get anything you need there without using your own supplies.
Yeah.
And it works way better than bringing supplies there. Like, you could make this potion that gives you prayer points, and it's a super combat, and it's free. You just have to make it, and it takes like 5 seconds to make.
Yeah.
And then the fish that you catch there and cook, it heals you like a third of your max health every time you eat one.
I like how you do the fish. I like doing the lizards more.
Oh, really?
Because you only have to catch like 10 of them, and then each of them cook into like 2 or 3
depends
pieces.
on your cooking level.
True.
So if you're not 99 cooking, you might want to do the fish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
But the only thing that the fish do is that you cook more than one at a time for higher cooking.
Right.
The lizards, it like cuts them up into more inventory spaces.
If you guys love the Moon's Apparel, check out Sebe. He just interviewed the JMod who actually made it.
Oh yeah.
And designed it, and he's like brand new to being a JMod. So that was like his first task, and it's Moon's Apparel, which is a huge thing because it's like not a copy of Barrows, but it's very inspired by Barrows, and that's like a very iconic thing about old school RuneScape is Barrows runs.
Yeah.
And that content, Moon's Apparel, is going to be pretty popular. I feel like for years and years to come until the death of old school RuneScape. I think it's going to be something that people just do.
Yeah, well, and
for
it's
gear,
nostalgia.
for Iron Man, and for people that want to make money, and for sure.
So yeah, last thing on Varlamore, we don't have to spend much time on this, is the new thieving where you've like thieved the people in the square and then go thieve their houses.
I think it's very clever.
I think it's really clever. Have I done it? No.
I did it, and my brother-in-law was watching, and he just started laughing super hard when he realized what I was doing, because he's like, wait, what are you doing? You're getting a key? I'm like, yeah, you break into this person's house with this key, and you just start stealing all their shit.
Yeah.
And you wait, and you just have to like keep an eye out for when they come home, and when it notifies you in the chat, like, oh, they're approaching, and you have to break out their back window and escape before they go into the house.
Like,
and it's funny because multiple people will be doing it, and then everybody's just sprinting for the window.
Like, get out of here!
Let's go! And you get double the loot if you have a certain amount done at the Coliseum, because the Coliseum's cool because it gives you these like perks depending on how much glory you earn. And one of them is you get more value out of those.
Oh, cool.
Those things you collect when you do that thieving. Cool. I forget what it's called. It's like
glory,
shiny pieces or something.
Yeah.
And then you turn them in for gold.
I think
some guy
might be called valuables.
Valuable, yeah. It's just like a stackable thing that you collect. And it's cool because it's AFK. You click on the thing, and your guy just constantly like grabs stuff out of the drawer.
It's like searching.
And then it'll like highlight a specific drawer or like furniture. And if you run and grab that, it's like at Giant's Foundry when you click on like that specific piece of making your sword, and it like gives you a extra XP boost or XP drop. It's like that, but it gives you money. And I think it gives you a little bit more thieving XP. But you just sit there and you just kind of AFK thieving, which is really cool. Because you don't have to go and do that other like big drop. You can just sit there for like 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah. And then I'm sure there's a plugin now that will notify you when the guy's coming. And then you just leave and make sure you have a stack of keys and just do that. And you could probably AFK thieving pretty good.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much XP per hour it is, but I'm pretty sure if you don't want to spend hours like clicking on the RD Knight, you could just AFK and spend a little bit longer, but you could just make it really chill and do that. So I think if I need to get thieving levels on my alt, I might try that.
Do it, dude. It's
just
so much fun.
Because if you get caught, you don't lose the XP you gained, and I don't need the money. I'm sure it's really low money.
When you turn in the valuables to the guy, do you get experience?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Because
maybe I think that would be a way that they would that they could encourage people to not just like 100% AFK it and just get caught. But I don't think you do. I don't think you get a big XP drop. You just get money back. So if you need money, that's a way you could do it. But if you want to be really AFK, just get caught and just go back in. That'd be really AFK.
For sure. Yeah. Anything else on that?
No, I've only done it like twice. So, no reason really to do it again, but it's cool.
For sure. The last thing in Varlamore that we're not going to talk about like at all is the new prayer stuff. I don't even know how to do it or what it is.
I don't either.
So let's move on.
You go to like a shrine or like a chalice or something, and I think you can have a stack of these shards, and you can just like spam click the thing and get tons of XP. So
those blessed bone shards or whatever.
Something like that. That's all I know.
Yeah.
To be honest. So
Max Payne didn't care.
Yeah.
I'll stop saying that. I feel like I'm annoying saying that.
I'm a Max Payne.
So if you didn't know,
Max Cape. Better than all of
where's
you.
my Alfie Max Cape?
Yeah. Well, that's enough of Varlamore, I think. We'll talk more about it when the part 2 comes out. And I don't think we're interested in talking about what could be coming into part 2 because it could always change. And
we already mentioned it, too.
We already mentioned it twice now. So if you guys want to see what's happening in part 2, there's definitely a blog for it in the OSRS website. Just scroll down. They got lots of blogs for you guys to read up on.
And read.
Yeah, read it yourself.
Cock. Just kidding.
So how are we going to do this right now? Do we want to cut? Because I really have to poop. Do you want to just talk for a little bit and I'll go fast?
Sure.
Okay. I'll be back.
Well, he gives out a nugget.
You can talk more about whatever you want.
This is going to be weird. No prompt, no nothing. You guys just have me for a while. Well, it's hard to know what you guys want to talk about. Let's talk about DKs for a little bit. We'll talk more about the shortcuts and stuff later, but I just want to talk about my experience there. Just because why not? And Carter already knows all this because he's usually in the call when it happens. But I've been doing a lot of freaking DKs lately, which is insane because I actually used to hate the DKs, but now that I have good gear, it's like, oh, these are fun now because they just die. But I just wanted to talk about the drops. I'm super lucky with the Supreme, I think it is. The one that drops the Archer's Ring. And all I wanted to do, the task that I was doing is to finish the rings so that the only thing on the collection log left is the pets. So now whenever I do a task for it, it's just like, ooh, am I going to get the pet this task? But I was finishing the rings. The last one I needed was the Berserker Ring. And every task I was getting like 2 or 3 Archer's Rings. I had 6 Archer's Rings and like 4 Seer's Rings and a Warrior Ring before I even got 1 Berserker Ring, which was awesome. But that's kind of my story right there. Is I made a lot of freaking money before I got all the rings. Other than that, I don't really know what else to talk about. Right now, he's probably pinching off the first turd. So yeah, that sounds like a pretty good time. Let's talk about bidets. This dude has a bidet, and I'm really jealous of him. And so he's probably about to start using that. So it'll be fun for him to use it. I don't know what I'm saying. You know, I listened to plenty of podcasts before. One podcast that I'm really like jealous of, his ability to talk sometimes, is the Wilderness Podcast. I don't remember his name right now off the top of my head, but he does some episodes all by himself. And like right now I'm feeling like this anxiety that I'm going to say something stupid, but like he does a very good job at it. And I commend him for that, for being alone. I'm trying my best right now to talk this whole time so that we don't have to cut, because I don't want to make any more work for Carter, because he edits these episodes and he's really good at it. But yeah, we're chilling. Yeah, I think I hear him coming back already. That'd be the fastest poop ever. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Is he rushing back? I don't think so. I don't know. If you guys want to know a little bit on the inside of our lives, today is a Sunday. Tomorrow is my last full week of school. to teach for my second year of teaching, which is awesome. After this week, we have a 4.5-day week because that weekend goes into Memorial Day. And then that next Monday, we have off. Oh, he's back. So it'll be fun. Dude, I talked that whole time with only like 2 pauses.
Nice, dude.
I talked about DKs and how I'm like super lucky with Archer's rings there right now. And I finally got the Berserker ring.
Nice, dude.
And then I talked about how you have a bidet and you're probably having fun with that at that time.
No, I use the guest bathroom, so I'm not as clean as I would be if I was using the bidet.
You had to use your hands. Huh?
I washed my hands, though.
Oh.
For the record.
Sniff check? Just kidding. I don't want to sniff it. No.
I don't know. We could have cut it there, but I kind of like the raw footage of what it's really like.
I talked about that too. Is like I want to talk this whole time, so he doesn't have to cut it once. So
it's so much easier to just upload the raw video as a file for the episode.
Oh, I also talked about Wilderness Podcast. I haven't listened to one other podcast in like a year.
Same.
But like he used to do episodes all by himself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, while I'm talking, I'm like, I really commend him for doing that because this is freaking hard right now.
I would.
No clue how to talk.
I feel bad for him because there's reasons why he would do it solo. I'm not going to get into it. It's not my business.
Not my business either.
But I would be like working on the farm, and I'd be like, this guy's still talking, man. It's been like an hour and a half. Like,
and he
props, man. Holy
doing
crap.
good. Like I commend it.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do it for like 4 minutes. Like
we got to do it now. We got to do a challenge. For the next 2 episodes, we got to do like a 30-minute episode each of us just sitting there.
No.
Staring at the camera by ourselves. All right, guys, here's what I did.
I also feel like I was looking over here a lot because I didn't want to look at the camera because like I felt insecure about myself.
I can't wait to watch it.
I don't even remember what the last thing I was talking about was.
I don't know. Last episode, you got a phone call, and I kept it in, and I think people laugh at it and think it's funny. It's not like you're doxing yourself or anything.
For sure.
Well, and it's just funny, like me just saying I have to poop. I don't know. People probably laugh at that.
Oh, yeah.
Or might be grossed out, but it
I
happened.
mean, you let the steam snake out. It's all good.
And it's easier for us not to cut it. And so, sorry if that triggered you.
Skip forward.
But like I said, my hands are clean. So,
and
you still don't want to sniff them. So, we'll move on. But I feel better now.
What if you have horrible soap, man? You know, like those pumpkin spice soaps? They're freaking awful. I hate them.
There's a worse one than that. And we've had it for like 2 years because we never used it. So it sat there in the guest bathroom. You probably used it or saw it the past couple years. It's like a blueberry waffle.
A blue waffle?
Not blue waffle, but it's like a blueberry waffle hand soap. And it smells like crust, like pie crust and like berries. Not berries, but like it's just mainly pie crust. It just smells like dough. And it smells so bad. And every time I use it, I'm like, we have got to get rid of this hand soap.
I think I have used it, but I don't think about it because it's just like when it's not my house, it's just like just wash my hands.
Yeah, we've changed it now, so it's not pie crust. But my wife just ordered some new hand soap recently, and I have this new hand soap by my sink in our main bathroom, and it's like this pineapple something, and it smells so good, dude. It's like the best scented hand soap I've ever had. It's from Bed Bath and not Bed Bath and Beyond. Bed Bath and Body Works. I keep
Bath and Body Works.
Bath and whatever it's called.
No bed. Just
no
Bath
beds
and Body
there.
Works.
Yeah, it's so good. It's like this pineapple one, and every time I wash my hands, I actually like smell my hands after, which I never do. I just feel like, dude, this is so good. It's like pie. It's like pineapple licorice, like pineapple candy. It's so good. It's so sweet. Makes me want to like.
I used to go
eat it
there for my shaving cream because they had this like green tube of shaving cream that has like eucalyptus oil or something in it, and it like makes your face all tingly. But I haven't shaved in forever, so I don't.
I can tell.
I know, right?
All I do is just like I just clean up my neck beard, so I'm gonna.
I do that like once every like 4 months.
Speaking of neck beards, there's a fedora in game, and you can actually right click it and you can tip it.
Really?
Yeah, I just learned this like a week ago.
That's funny.
You got to do it in game. You got to buy it, and you can like tip your fedora in game.
Dude, we need to stand in front of the GE, and I need to do that to your character, and just say, "My lady."
My lady. Man, if you could have your character automatically say that.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Like a plugin.
Like your Dragon Warhammer.
Yeah. My Dragon. So there's a plugin called like Spec Dialogue, and you go to the settings in there, and you can change whatever your guy says whenever you do a spec. It's like all defaulted to like weird weird dialogue automatically, but you can go in there and change it. So whenever I hit a Dragon Warhammer spec, my character above me, you guys can't see it.
Yeah.
But I can see it, and it says, go to horny jail. Every time I spec Tecton.
I never heard of horny jail. I never saw that meme, and then you showed it to me, and I was like, I think I have seen that meme, but it's been like 10 years or something.
Yeah. My Dragon Claw spec, it's super cringy, but I think it's funny.
It's funny.
It's stupid.
It's good.
But my character says, little nubbins use Scratch. It's super effective. So when I'm doing clues all the time, every time I always declaw spec everything that you have to kill during clues, and I'll always see it, and I'm just like, this is so stupid.
But it's amazing at the same time.
So if you want that, it's called like spec dialogue. You got to go into the settings, and you can just delete what the dialogue is and just retype whatever you want. You can type whatever. And I even have one for chambers. Whenever you use the energy well, you can have your character say whatever. Yeah. So whenever, and it happens whenever you guys do it too. Anyone in my group that takes the energy well, it says, what does it say? Like,
monster energy.
Give me some more monster energy. Because it's green. So it's stupid.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Cringy, but
who cares?
It's fun. Anyway, you talked about DKs. I've been doing some DKs. The shortcut is awesome.
Yeah,
I said the thing.
I said we'd talk about it soon. So you want to talk about those agility stuff?
Yeah.
Project Rebalance.
I haven't tried anything else except for the DK shortcut. I haven't bothered going to Motherload Mine or.
So the big thing is that they're trying to rebalance all these skills and making them like actually make sense a little more. Like agility is a big one. They're like reworking all of the rooftops and like their experience per like lap and stuff. And how much experience per hour you get. Which is awesome. Like it needs to happen. Just as the evolution of the game happens and more stuff gets added in, you just have to rebalance things. And so that's what they're trying to do right now. And agility was like the longest section.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go into big detail about like how much experience per hour and stuff other places are going to have because like who cares?
Yeah.
Max main.
That's the theme. That's what we're the titling this episode. We couldn't be asked. We're max mains.
Couldn't be asked. We're max mains. That's good. That's good. Good title. The big thing that did affect us though is the shortcuts, the agility shortcuts. They're trying to make all of them become a little more useful. Because like all of the shortcuts in the game right now are like so worthless. Like it's so stupid. Like there's like 10 of them that I use.
It gets to the point where you unlock all the teleports and then you don't need shortcuts anymore. But like mid game, some of them are pretty nice. Like that one that goes over the fence from Draenor to Port Sarim.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice. But now I have a spirit tree over there.
Yeah.
So I don't even need to do that.
Well, even then, like I think people timed it, and you're only saving like 3 ticks.
Yeah.
Using that shortcut. Like just by running around, you only save like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but back then when you have level 40 agility, you're losing like half of your run energy.
True. The other shortcut I always used was GE to Edgeville, like up in that corner.
That one's super nice.
Yeah.
But now I just go to my house and teleport to Edgeville.
I just use my cape, teleport home, go to Edgeville.
I couldn't be asked. I'm a max main.
With the shortcuts though, there's 3 of them that are actually like super useful for everybody that trains agility. There's a lot more that are super useful as well. It's just these are the 3 that we wanted to know. 2 of them are for DKs, and that's why I brought up DKs earlier, is because we're going to talk about it right now. The first one is right as you teleport to Waterbirth Island, there's a rock surface that you climb up to. That one drunken bastard that's up there. I can't remember his name. And you just climb down, and you're right there, right where you use the rune throwing
clue
axe.
Step up there. I wonder if you can get to the clue step from that shortcut.
Oh yeah, I bet. I bet. But you just use the rune throwing axe. Where you use the rune throwing axe is where you climb down. So you don't need to bring your pet rock. You don't have to bring a rune thrown axe. Like it's just so nice. You save 2 inventory spots. You can bring 2 more food or 2 more prayer pots.
If you really don't want to, you don't even need to bring a stamina pot. If you really don't want to, but you still should.
You still should. I started bringing a 1 dose.
Yeah.
Just because like that's all you really need now is 1 dose.
Yep. Or if you have a max cape, you can use the stamina feature.
Oh.
Max
Couldn't
main.
be asked. I'm a max. Okay, it's gonna get old really fast. Then after you run through the first place where you see like giant rock crabs or whatever, There's another shortcut that like cuts off a lot of the like random running through those
The first
caves.
melee room takes you to the last melee room, which is at the top of that slope. All you have to do is run down.
Yeah.
And then you're at the entrance.
It saves you like 3 minutes. Like, it's insane. It saves you so much time.
From your maxed POH,
Stop.
From there to the DKs, it's like 30 seconds or less now. It's way faster. And before I would run out of supplies there, and it's like I couldn't be asked.
Yeah. I can't. I don't want to do that.
I'm not coming back. I'm skipping, or I'm gonna just.
I'm gonna go to the lighthouse.
Yep.
The one drawback, though, which I think is an awesome thing, is the agility requirements is 81 and 85. Like, they're high up there. Like, you have to train your agility, which I think for mid-level accounts actually like pushes you to go do your agility, because I feel like a lot of
it rewards you now.
Yeah, a lot of mid-level accounts, they just do it to like 60, and then it's like, well, I don't get that much more run energy restoration, so whatever.
I think for the quest cape you only need 70 agility.
Yeah,
I think. So there's really no reason after that to get it any higher. But now you get some pretty cool benefits if you like DKs. Not only that, but the Legends quest step, which I haven't seen where the shortcuts are yet. I haven't done that step yet. But if you guys have done Master Clues, or I don't even know if it's any other elite.
It's just Master.
Just Master.
It's,
where you have to run
one
all
of
the
the
way
cryptic
down.
clues, and it like takes you. I think it's literally in the room where that has that like fire star or whatever, the fire circle where you can climb down. I think so, but I'm not sure.
And you don't have to bring a pickaxe to break the boulders. You don't have to bring
Let me make sure I'm right.
the charge orb spell. You don't have to go run through all these things. Do you have to bring a rope to go down?
Not after your first time. So
Okay.
no.
But it's still, like, every time I get that step, I had to be like, okay, what are the runes again for a charge orb spell?
Yeah, dude. Oh,
and then I have to bring an empty orb, so I got to buy one at the GE because maybe I sold my stack of empty orbs out of clearing out my loot tab or something. And then I have to go through all that stuff. And that's just for a cryptic clue. That's for one out of 3.
It's 1 out of 3 steps, and it's like
steps.
it's like a 4-minute thing. Like, you've already been working on this clue now for 5 minutes.
It's so
for one step
discouraging.
Of a 3-step like process for one step on a clue.
Yep.
It's the cave shortcut from the main room, allowing players to bypass the skill checks once Legend Quest has been completed. So you can get to the like one room where you have that big old hill.
Is a skill check the orb spell one?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so.
I think it's so. It says main room, so I'm imagining that room.
That like star.
Yeah. Here, let me just look up a muted YouTube video.
Okay. While he's looking that up.
Your turn to talk for like 2 minutes.
Because like I would do master clues, and I'd get like maybe sometimes I get like 3 cryptic steps in a row where I have to do 3 steps to get each piece of the scroll, just to get 1 step done, and then I get another one of having to do 3 steps, and then another one. Like, I swear that's happened a couple times where I get so many cryptic clues. And then you get that legend step, and you just completely lose all of your motivation to finish that one. You still do it, but you're just like, okay, I got to put up a YouTube video or something, because I just can't be asked to sit there and run, and like you have to right click and like push those heavy doors open, and you got to break the boulders, make sure you bring the spells for the charge orb. And every time I actually do that, I'm always worried that I'm going to mess up the spell, and I'm going to have to go back and get more runes in an empty orb. Right? Don't you feel like,
yes,
you're like, I hope I'm doing this right. I hope I use the spell on the door, or I use the spell and I'm actually doing it right, because I do not want to have to repeat this whole process again. And so that one's actually only level 70, or is that 96?
I think it says 96.
96 agility, which is cool because we're max mains. So
yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's cool because like most people are still gonna have to do it the normal way, which is fine, and it just adds another reward for doing agility. And I think they did talk about changing. What was it? They changed the XP rates for agility, but I think they also were gonna change like the way that it affects your run energy later on. I think they dabbled with that idea.
Yeah, I think they will a little bit.
Because running out of run energy just sucks when you're
awful.
A new account. It's like, why does this have to be a feature outside of combat? Like, I guess it kind of takes effect in combat sometimes, like just with pathing and stuff. But like, no one wants to walk anywhere in the game, anywhere, unless you're in combat.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be something that makes it so new players don't get totally turned off from the game because they have to run from Lumbridge to Varrock and they lose their run energy by the time they're not even at the Dark Wizards.
Yeah.
Do you find it?
I found a video with all of them. There's a poll of each one, so I'm fast forwarding.
Nice.
There's
Is this a new video?
Barros one.
Oh, the
Yeah,
new
2
ones
days
they
ago.
updated. Cool. Yeah, so that's cool. I haven't gotten a cryptic step for that yet. And then I've only done like 2 or 3 masters since that update. But I think if they keep this up and add more shortcuts like that and add very high requirements like 96, it just gives you another motivation to just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just go run some laps so I can get this really cool feature unlocked. Because we've done plenty of DKs since the shortcut, and let me tell you, it is worth getting 81 and 85 agility.
Dude, this is another one that I forgot about. The Krondor Island, you know.
First step?
For a clue step. You know the one that you have to run all the way north and then all the way south to
Around
get to
the island.
South Beach?
Yeah.
They have a shortcut going just to the South Beach, yeah, which is awesome.
Nice. I'm going to forget about it if I have to do that step. Like
I just need to mark
I
it.
hope Ruinlight has updated the... Like, I hope it highlights it or something. I got to just highlight it yourself. Because I highlighted the DK's agility shortcut.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, so I don't forget about it. I mean, I'm not going to run back the normal way ever again.
Dude, it's right next to where you enter. Right there, and you go straight to that rope.
That saves inventory slots of having to worry about
so much time.
Stuff.
So, like,
Wow.
right as you enter that main room, it's just, like, right there to the right. It's just a hole right
And
there.
then it takes you to, like, the winch where you go down. And then once you're down there, all you got to do is... There's even a...
You have to use the, like, extra
shortcut.
long rope. I haven't put it
rope.
there.
I think I did.
I think
just
you
haven't
did,
done it
but I don't
since.
think I have.
Wow. So you go to the winch, go down, take the extra long rope, and you're there.
Yeah.
Within, like, 30 seconds.
Yeah, like, all you have to do is teleport Duradel, go through, go up, and then go in there. Like, it'll take, like, a minute and a half instead of, like, 5.
But 96 agility is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's so high.
Apparently there's a new shortcut to the nature altar, too, that I thought was interesting while watching that video, but, like, it's from Shiloh Village, so if you have the Duradel, like, gem mine teleport, it's just, like, right there.
I wonder if that's a good way to get the rune crafting pet.
Maybe now, yeah.
Now that when you're a maxed main. I'll stop.
I think... aren't mind runes, like, the best for that?
Yeah.
Is it just
But
because you're
if you
making
want
so many
to
runes?
make more money with nature runes
True.
instead of mind runes, they're literally worthless.
Mm-hmm. Well, so kind of nature runes, too. They're only, like, 90 GP each, like...
That's 90 times more than mind
I
runes.
guess that's true.
Plus, you can make double with the rune crafting outfit.
True.
Or the rune crafting level, and then you could wear the raiments of the eye and have your max cape on, so you'd never
Dude,
have
how
to
did
run
you
out of
remember that name?
the raiments of the eye.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That just seemed like some bull crap they pulled out of your butt right there.
You get 60% more runes,
I know,
and then
yeah.
you get your max cape on, so you never degrade your pouches, and you can get the teleport with
That's
your
a
gloves.
thing?
Yeah, that's part of the rune crafting skill cape. You never
Really?
Your pouches never degrade.
I
You
wonder-
never have to call that dude to fix your pouches. Anywhere.
Learn something new every day. Did not know.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it works with the max cape because it has all the perks together.
Sweet.
So you get the agility cape for running and the rune crafting cape.
So,
Max main.
Max me. Gotta learn it. Guys, we have an episode on here that's saying maxing is for nerds or something like that. Or maxing is for losers.
Max capes are for losers or something.
Yeah. But, like, if you want your quality of life to go way up, get one.
Yeah. It's funny because we were arguing about how people get 99 crafting just so that they get a teleport close to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, that's so stupid. You're just saving like one tick. But
I still think it's stupid.
it is stupid. But
You
if you're
use it a lot more than I do.
If you're a main, I use it a lot with the max cape.
What I'm saying, though, is I forget, and I just go to the GE. So I always forget to go to the crafting guild.
Use it, dude. It's good. Like,
My thing is I'm playing so casually that's like, whatever. Another
Yeah.
2 seconds.
yeah.
So
You couldn't be asked.
I couldn't be asked. I'm max main.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't really care about talking about like
I want to talk about it really quick because I wanted to hear your opinion on it.
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't the part that I'm like controversial or anything like that, but the first part is instead of like any chances or anything on the lower floor, it's also going to be on a timer like the top floor. Like right as you touch ore vein on the top floor, it has a timer for when it depletes. Mm-hmm. The lower floor is going to get that now too, but less time. So like the lower floor is going to be 23 to 27 seconds, whereas the upper floor is 36 to 40 seconds. So if you're the first one to touch it, you're AFK for 40 seconds, I'm pretty sure, is how it goes.
So does that encourage people down on the bottom floor to mine the same ore now?
I guess. I don't know.
There's so much of it, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, not really.
Upper floor, there's a lot less. It's way more crowded. What would be cool is if once you've upgraded the upper floor, all of the ores turn into the same timer, that upgraded timer, so you can still mine downstairs closer to the thing.
The hopper?
The hopper.
Well, that's the next point, is there's now a new thing you can purchase for 50 nuggets. There's a hopper upstairs.
No way.
Yes.
That's cool.
So they're adding a hopper that you can put up there, and I think it will like just put it into the thing for you. I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can reread it in a second here.
Because I gotta do some mining on the alt, but it's not like I need to buy the outfit.
But this is
I might just purchase the hopper.
This is the controversial part. Upper floor requirements is going to be lowered to 57 mining.
Who cares?
I do, because the upper floor is already so crowded. Now you're just adding more and more players up there. Like, yeah. I feel like I know it shouldn't be that big of a problem because they're all on timers, but I hate being in a world that's super crowded with it. And now you're adding just another 20 levels of player.
That's why I think they should, what I just said earlier is once you've upgraded the upper floor, it just automatically turns all the ore veins at that upgraded timer. So that way you're not all just congested upstairs.
I get you, yeah.
You can still go downstairs and it's that upgraded timer.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And you don't have to be up there. You can just stay down.
Stay down there.
That way there's so much space for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Because right now it's like you're confined to this like 2 little areas up top.
It's like 50 ore veins upstairs and like 300 ore veins around the rest of the mine.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know.
It's kind of outdated.
Yeah. It's just, when I read that, and I might just be ridiculous for thinking it, but like to me it's like, it's already crowded, and now you're adding like a lot more players, a lot earlier players there too. Players that probably still like have adamant pickaxes because they're just not trying. It's just like,
it's interesting.
So, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I don't really know. What else
and 50 nuggets is not a lot.
50 nuggets is not, no. Here, I just want to reread that. Just because, like, now I feel like I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because you're making it sound like it's too good to be true.
I mean, a lot of things sound like that nowadays with some upgrades or updates. It just sounds like, wow, they're actually changing this content after it being out for like 15 years.
For real. Well, like, and there's a couple jokes on a couple YouTube videos that I've been watching, and they're like, yeah, just wait for 7 months, then you're going to get Easyscape. So
yeah. Fo was saying that on Twitter, like, the best efficient method for playing RuneScape is not playing RuneScape and just waiting for quality of life updates.
Yeah. Yeah, so for 50 nuggets, you can now unlock the Super Hopper, which allows you to deposit from upstairs.
You still have to collect from the bag after
I think so, yeah.
After you're done with the 3
but, like,
or
instead
5.
of having to go down every single time.
Yeah.
Which I never had a problem with.
I'm not the person that's like, I did it the hard way.
Yeah.
Let's not do this.
That sounds like an awesome thing. Yeah.
Like a little like ramp that goes down to the main hopper from upstairs.
Like, I think the only thing that I'd be like, I did it the hard way on is this one. It says adjusted the price for the mining gloves, and they just made them lower. It's like, well, I had to do all that.
If you're doing amethysts, you're going to get those gloves anyway.
Yeah. It was just a matter of time. So. Yeah. Just
and
don't
it's
accidentally
cool, though,
like, get rid of them.
They did something where, like, once it depletes, you get, like, 3 ore in your inventory once it's depleted or something.
For amethyst?
For anything. Like, if you're mining gold ore and the ore depletes, I think you get like 3. I don't know if... I think for the gloves, it depends. Like, even for rune.
Is that on the rebalance?
Yeah. Check out the gloves, what the gloves do. There's something about like you get 3 ore in your inventory after it depletes. Sater was talking about it, Sebe, and he was like experimenting with it on stream or something. But that's pretty cool. I think that would lower the price of the Ruinite ore if that actually is legit.
Yeah.
But it's cool with the amethyst too, because more money. Yeah, if you want to check that out, that's
mining. So let me just
rebalance.
read it out loud. Mining gloves reworked to make them more desirable. Mining gloves are guaranteed to save rock X amount of times, dependent on tier of gloves and tier of rocks. Mining gloves now work on iron, coal, gold, silver, and provide 1 rock save. Superior mining gloves work on adamant and mithril and provide 1 rock save, and 2 on the previous ores. Expert mining rocks work on amethyst and runite and provide 1 rock save on these, 2 rock saves on the superior mining gloves, and 3 on iron, coal, and silver ore. Gold and silver.
Huh.
So what does the rock save mean? Like it just doesn't deplete?
If I recall correctly, like wood cutting before forestry was like you would roll 1 out of 8.
Mm-hmm.
And if you roll that 8 or whatever, you roll that number, it will cut the tree down. Maybe the mining gloves just make it more AFK because you're going to get ore and it doesn't even roll that chance of it depleting.
For 1 time. So
For
every time you're mining an amethyst, you're going to get 2 amethysts from mining, which would be awesome because then there's no chance of you running out
just
for the first
more
one.
AFK. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And last time I checked, amethyst is like 5K each, almost
Really?
6. I think it was like 6K.
You look into that
Each one.
because I need something AFK to do right now.
Yeah, like that's good money if you just need like some cushion for resources for raiding. Like if you just need a stack of Cerebrews and restores, just go mine amethyst for AFK time, and you'll make lots of money for that cushion.
My other AFK thing I do, and I do this while I'm at school, just like on my desk while like I'll walk around the classroom, help kids, and then I'll come back to my desk, do something really quick, and then go help again.
Right.
Is mahogany planks from I've been going to Miscellanea like every 2 weeks or so and getting the mahogany logs from there.
Nice.
And then I just make mahogany planks, and it just saves like 1,000 coins from that, and so every mahogany plank I make is like 1,800 coins. So
nice.
It's awesome.
That's cool.
So I don't know. If you need something AFK, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And yeah, you can definitely do that way earlier than amethyst.
Yeah.
Because amethyst is like what, 95?
I think it's 92.
90 or 92 mining. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. I think the last thing we have on our paper, and we could just bullshit after that too. Yeah. Oh, never mind. It's getting close to ending time. Wow. I did not know.
Record. I don't even know how long it's been.
I didn't even know that when the last time I checked my phone was 45 minutes ago. Like, and I said I had an hour left. We literally have like 10
longer
minutes
than
left.
our last episode, our average episode.
That's insane. The last thing on here, which is probably the biggest thing in Project Rebalance, they're rebalancing a bunch of magic stuff. We don't want to talk about the magic stuff and all the other stuff because we feel like it's going to get changed around here and there because there's been controversy and things with it. And
it's already changed a couple times.
Yeah, and we're just going to wait on that until it gets talked about. But the one thing that we're excited about and our buddy Ryan's super excited about is the Elder Maul.
It's a very big game-changing rebalance because for the longest time, the Dragon Warhammer has been the best in slot defense reduction weapon alongside with the Defender. You know, you have the Warhammer and the Defender on, you're going to drain 30% of your opponent's defense. And now they're adding the two-handed Elder Maul, which is going to be more accurate, I believe, than the Warhammer. And it's going to drain 35% of their defense, which may not seem like a lot, but to a lot of people, but it's pretty cool.
Well, and think about like 3 people doing that. That's an extra 15% on top of everybody. Like that's insane.
Well,
I know once you get to a certain point, it stops lowering.
But yeah, but like just having an item that's better than the Warhammer and still having the Warhammer in the game, because they're also reducing the drop rate to 1 out of 2,500 or 2,000 or something. I think
it's 3,000.
3,000 instead of the 1 out of 5. But also to have the Elder Maul not be a troll drop anymore at the chambers, because it was always like, I rolled the T-bow, but I got the Elder Maul instead, and it's only worth like 8 mil, and it's a mega rare drop, and now it's actually valued good to be a mega rare because it's hard to get if you're an Iron Man, and if you want to buy it now, it's over 100 mil. Right now, it was like 130 something mil last time I checked. So. Yeah, and it spiked to like 178 mil when they first talked about it. And I think it's gonna stay over 100 mil forever now.
I could see when the rebalance actually happens, it spiking up to like and being steady at like 150.
Yeah,
like I could see that happening.
Yeah, it is now better than the Warhammer. People are not gonna be using the Warhammer anymore. Yeah, and like me, if we're doing something where you don't need the Fang, I don't even need to bring my Defender anymore.
Which is kind of crazy because that's like the key part of your setup for a long.
I've had it for so long
time.
And yeah, like if I'm just going to be using the Scythe, but for CMs we need a stab weapon for Vossa, so I'll still bring it. But in most
even
places,
then, do you really need to bring the Defender? Like,
you're
still going to be doing really well with the Fang.
Right.
Like,
for sure.
Who knows?
And just things like that. Thinking about changing such a big part of the game where like you don't have your Warhammer, like you kind of need it if you want to do some raiding and some bossing. Yeah. And now, if you got lucky and got an Elder Maul, and if you got really lucky and you were like a main that had a few of them when they were worth nothing, you're now very rich because it went from like 8 mil to over 100 just overnight.
That's insane.
I actually bought one for 30 mil when Moon's Apparel came out because it's
crush weapon.
It's a good crush weapon, and you don't. And for the Eclipse one, you can like one tick the clones that appear, and so you can hit like massive damage over and over on it. And then I sold it the week that they buffed.
Oh gosh!
So I bought it back at 69 mil. I remember.
So you're still up like double.
But at the time, I was like, damn! Like I wish I just kept it. And then it's even higher than I thought it would be.
Which is fine.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's kind of funny that I sold it. And then, like, that week, they just decided, like, oh, by the way, this weapon, Elder Maul, is going to be buffed. I'm like, wait, I just dabbled with this weapon that I've never really, like, touched before. And now it's being buffed after I sold it? Like, are you kidding me?
I wonder how the spec's going to look.
I hope it looks cool.
I hope it looks awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah, dude. And they have an ornament kit for it from Bounty Hunter, but it looks lame. It's like a Bandos theme. Like the spikes and like that gray color.
I wonder because like the Dragon Warhammer looks really cool. Or not? Yeah, the Dragon Warhammer.
Yeah, it's a different kit. It's not. I can't use that same kit that I have on it.
But it's just gonna go on your claws now.
I'm gonna put it on the claws. So. Even though it looks kind of lame anyway. I like the Warhammer look a lot, but the claws will be fine.
For sure, for sure.
It's just cosmetic. Other than that.
That's like our whole list of stuff. If we missed anything that you guys wanted us to talk about, put it in the like podcast suggestions tab in the Discord. Yeah. Stuff like that. But this was like the quick list that we made of like things we've probably missed and updates and stuff. We probably missed a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot. We've done a lot that we probably haven't even thought about yet that we're trying to catch up on. I think we could say we're caught up, and from now on we'll kind of talk about more current things because Barlamore came out like over a month ago.
2 months ago, yeah.
So we'll talk about Barlamore Part 2 when it's coming out. We'll talk a lot about the next Project Rebalance update with all the gear, like the Elder Maul and the magical gear. Like for a quick update, like they're trying to nerf the Occult Necklace, which gives you 10% magic damage, and they're going to put that down and raise other pieces of gear. And so it makes sense because it's such a cheap, obtainable item.
I just got one that's like worth 2 days ago.
So much, yeah. It's worth so much in stats, but it's worth so little in value because everybody can get it.
Yeah.
And it's better, I think. I understand why it needs to be done, but at the same time, it has a lot of controversy. So if you haven't heard about any of that, then you're probably not playing RuneScape right now.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty big topic of discussion, and it's just still being talked about. So we'll just wait until it's all done and it's actually updated in the game until we give our opinion on it.
Well, and it's funny to see the opinions of people because like it's just so polar, and then you have people like me that's just like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like whatever, can't be bothered. I'm maxed.
It's insane how it's insane how everybody compares any update they don't like to the evolution of combat for some stupid reason. Like people are saying like these changes, it's just like we're going back to evolution of combat. You're changing the integrity of the game, of how it's been. This is not old school RuneScape anymore. It's like,
This hasn't been old school RuneScape since
not...
like 2015.
If you want to play old school RuneScape, you're saying you don't want Zulrah and Vorkath and raids and like any boss that you enjoy in the game. Like any of them are
like
gone.
50 of the quests. Like you don't want anything.
Like you just want a vanilla old school RuneScape. You're gonna play it for 2 days and not play it anymore.
You're gonna go do what? DKs all day every day?
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, bro. That's
now they have a shortcut. Oh wait, they won't have a shortcut.
They won't have a shortcut because it's old school.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry. That was a little ranty.
Couldn't be asked.
Couldn't be asked, Max.
Well,
I'm gonna feel like a pretentious prick when this comes out. That's okay.
I'm glad we had such a long episode. Hopefully you guys stuck it out to the end. If you guys stuck it out to this point, please tell us in the clan chat in game that you did.
Type the word banana.
Just say, hey, Lil Nubbins, because that's my name, and his name is Harry Nubbins.
My name is Harry Nubbins still until the end of the month.
Say, hey, Harry Nubbins, bananas. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Lil Nubbins, bananas. And then we'll understand you made it to this point, and you're awesome.
You're awesome. You're the best. I wish I could say I was going to give you something, but I'm still in debt, so.
He'll give it to me. Every time you say it, he'll give me $1 million. Deal?
No.
Okay. Well, let's wrap it up. If you guys enjoyed this and want to hear more, we have lots of episodes. Not a lot. I think this is like episode 38, but we'll crank them out.
Pretty a lot.
Yeah.
Like for a podcast,
dude, I just saw the clan is over 2 years old now.
Oh.
It's like 2 years and a couple months.
That's insane.
So
what's actually like hurting my soul lately is that, like you say, 2 years old. It's crazy that it's 2 years old. Mm-hmm. But next year in 2025, I turn 30. Like I'm turning 29 this year. I'm gonna turn 30. Next year's my 30 year.
That's crazy. That's what everyone's talking about on all the other RuneScape podcasts. They're like, bro, I'm 30. And then Sebe or like whoever's like, man, what's it like? And there's always a mixed reaction. Like people will say that, and the other people will be like, man, I like got like a whole new perspective on things now.
It's like how you're the same person.
Yeah. Well, some people just feel like they haven't progressed much in life, and some people have. True. So it just depends on where they are.
To me, it's like 30 it like hurts my soul because it's like I'm getting old. Mm-hmm. Like why is life going by?
I'm getting almost to the age where my parents were when they had me, and it's kind of weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. But back to the plugging and stuff. If you guys liked what you heard, check us out in the description. We got a Discord. We got an in-game clan name, Lumbridge Lounge, because we couldn't fit Lumbridge Lounge in-game. So it's Lumbridge space Lounge. Check us out, like I just said, in the Discord. We're always active there. And join us. Join the clan. We got lots of awesome people. Lots of lovely people that are always on and always there to help out, and we're very chill. So if you guys feel
if you're wanting to be like a hardcore PvMer or need like super big teams to do things, like it might not be the clan for you. If you just want to come hang out for the vibes, come hang out.
Yeah. We are very chill. We are the Lumbridge Lounge. We're not the Lumbridge fatality PvMers that
just throw that name out there.
Yeah. Anyway, check us out. We'll be around here more often now. We're kind of trying to revive this channel, and if you guys have any suggestions of things we want to talk about or questions, or if you want to do some chambers, hit us up. For sure. Not normals though, because we're not noobs. No. We're maxed mains.
Yeah. It can't be asked.
Yeah, I could not be asked to do normal chambers. Are you kidding me?
Ugh.
Are you kidding me, bro?
I mean, if you're a brand new learner, then I guess I could run through one.
You get one, and then it's CM time.
Yep.
You get one.
It really isn't
which
that
doesn't give you access to knowing how to do all the bosses.
Yeah.
But you just get one.
One.
And then it's CM time.
Yeah. All right.
Stupid. No one's listening at this point.
You never know.
Unless you say banana to us in game, then we'll know.
Well, banana's old news now. You got to say banana pancake or banana peanut butter.
Either one.
Yeah.
Either one. Banana pancake, banana peanut butter. Well, no, you're even more of an OG than banana.
Yeah. So have a good one, guys. It's been fun. Deuces.
Peace.